Welcome everyone to another day of Blade and Soul Korea. My name is Joe Sophie. Joining with me is going to be Ending Life as always, and we're here almost to the semifinals, but not quite yet. We have one more round to go for the quarterfinals. We're going to find out the losers bracket of both groups A and B. So we have lots of games to play today, Andy.
Oh yeah, we do have a lot of games for you, and you know what Joel said is very important because today, before we get into the semifinals tomorrow, we actually get the first two teams that get eliminated from this tournament. So yeah, it is a very important day. We already figured out who is the best team of Group A and B. So now it's time to figure out who is the worst of Group A and B.
At the same time, we've given second chances to all these teams, even if you did lose out in the first rounds of play. Of course, being the first week that started off Season 2, just the previous weekend. We're here now in Week 2. It's looking like we're kind of getting a settlement as to some of the teams that are looking better than the others. But here's the overview. That's where we are standing right now, Group A and B. Of course, the second place decider to find out the two teams from both Groups A and B all together that will join in the semifinals, which will happen starting tomorrow.
Yep, and as you guys can see, it is out here starting tomorrow. It is the semifinals that leads on to the finals, and starting tomorrow will be best out of 7. Until today, it's still best out of 5. So we'll basically just have 4 games of best of 5s. So hence the a lot of games that Joel mentioned before. But I'm very curious as to who will get eliminated. It says today here that it's a second place decider, but for me, it's more important to see who gets eliminated.
And that's going to be very important because everybody that survives through today's date will have their another chance to survive and get to the finals. Everyone will have equal chances to do that. But, you know, we look at the semifinal schedule, then the finals, which will be on August 5th. The week right after that will be the regional qualifiers to see which team from Korea will make it to the World Championship of 2018. That will be also important, but for the meantime, we're still at the quarterfinals where we're still at that set 5. Best of 5 format, and that set 3 will be that random roulette. Will be decided if it's going to be a tag or a single. But like I said, best of 7 ending starting tomorrow should be an interesting obstacle to go over. For the meantime, let's look at the standings for Group A.
Yep, this is the standings, and so basically you just have to not look at where Anarchy is. That will be starting tomorrow. So, you know, we see how Anarchy has made it up there, but now you also get to see Group B. Same goes for Kudeta Zeus, who's all the way up there. But today we're going to focus on the teams that aren't up there, that are trying to make it up there.
The other 3 teams that are standing from Groups A and B, so we'll have 6 teams playing it out for 2 slots left over. Of course, everything will be decided then, and really should be important as to, you know, who are second teams from Group A and also Group B will become, because this is our today's matchup. We're getting GFAM and Coup d'etat. Of course, they lost in the first round of that last week's schedule, and Yang Bang doing that same thing in Group B. They're going to have to go up against either GC Busan Red and IDEPS, depending on who wins that first matchup, because GC Busan Red and IDEPS, they've won their first round of play, but they did lose out in the final round of the previous week, meaning that the likes of Anarchy and obviously Coup d'etat Zeus, they've already made it up to the semifinals, and they were 1 step away, but that just means that they have 1 more week of play to left.
Yeah, exactly, and it is kind of, last week, I felt personally, it was funny to see GC Busan Red and IDEPS in the losers, because yes, they made it up to the winners bracket, but they ended up losing, so they are, once again, playing another round to make it up into the semifinals. But, you know, last season, GC Busan Red and IDEPS were probably the 2 strongest teams, maybe if you include Coup d'etat in there with them, but all of these 3 teams, including Coup d'etat, they're all here today in the second place deciders match.
Top 3 of Season 1, as you mentioned, JC Busan Red winning out Season 1 as the champions, and second place, very close, is going to be IDEPS, and the third place, the third best team definitely was Coup d'etat, just led by the super rookie of Byung Jun. Definitely has been the story of Season 1 with that gunslinger. But now in Season 2, you do mention that these 3 teams that were considered in the top 3, not even in maybe in the middle 3? Maybe some of these teams are now in the bottom place of how we kind of see the teams all together. It seems like GFAM, a team that just came in just kind of randomly from Season 2, really troubled GC Busan Red in that first round. And really goes to show you that even if GC Busan Red had won, they got blown out by Anarchy in that first round of play, and that just means that, you know, if you can't even do well against a team like GFAM, which has kind of had their struggles in itself, just goes to show you that GC Busan Red is not the same team that we used to know.
Exactly, and you know, to move on, since you did mention Anarchy just blowing them out, they are already up there in the semifinals with Kudeta Zeus, but more surprisingly, Anarchy. This is a team that we always talk about. You know, they've been together for a long time. Probably the only team that stuck together for the past all of Blade and Soul.
Former G Touring, obviously.
Yeah, the former G Touring. But yeah, this team hasn't performed well at all. They've been the mediocre team, but now finally they've made it up into the winners bracket, won in the winners bracket to make it into the semifinals cleanly.
We talk about that KFM switch over to the Soul Fighter has done them justice, but I think we're going to hear from the players very soon from the VCR. See what the players had to say incoming for this one, because GFAM, very interesting prospect to see if they can get further once again. They're going to be their best coup d'etat today. See how they felt.
솔직히 충분히 레드 이길 수 있었어요. 아, 오늘 오빠만 떡만 썼어. 너무 미안.
다 유리하게 리드를 이끌어 가놓고 이제 조바심에 이끌려가 역전을 당해서 진 경기라 가지고.
그래도 내가 준 오빠는 이겼으니까 그때 울면서 집에 잘 갔어.
아쉬웠던 부분들도 많고 실수가 너무 잦았었던 것 같아요. 컨디션이나 개인 기량이 저는 그대로인데 직업은 그대로가 아니더라고요.
모든 경기에는 운도 따라줘야 되는 거니까 뭐 운도 대회에선 실력의 일부니까 받아들여야 하지 않을까.
환경 탓 그만하고 그럴 시간에 연습이나 더 하세요.
약한 척 코스프레라고 하죠. 약호.
뭔 소리예요. 링검사를 집중적으로 공략을 해서 이길 수 있지 않을까 싶어요. 너무 약한 것 같아요.
링검사만을 노리지 않아도 아무나 처리를 해버리면 게임이 끝나니까 거기는 그냥 떨어지는 거죠. 뭘 말해요.
GFAM 권사도 약해요.
나와가지고 뱉어먹고 들어오는.
오 마이 갓. 아 현기증 나. 왜 머리 끌었던 거.
누가 그런 말을 해요? 언제까지 격사에 업혀갈지는 모르겠지만 많이 물러진 것 같아요. 지난 시즌에 뭐 아무래도 좋은 캐릭터로 재밌게 게임했으면 오늘 경기에서는 격사가 아닌 권사로 나와서 1대1 한번 했으면 좋겠네요. 오늘 바꿔 그냥 하던 거 해. 그런 거 없습니다.
아, 격설한데요?
나이스!
너무 짜증나. 저희 그렇게 만만한 팀은 아니에요. 지난 시즌에도 이제 아나키 팀한테 첫 번째 경기에서는 졌지만 끝까지 올라가서 3위까지 입상을 해냈었어요. 끝날 때까지 끝난 게 아니에요, 아직.
GFAM이 어떻게 타는지 보여드리겠습니다.
날씨도 더운데 오고 가느라 수고하셨고 다음 경기부터는 또 편하게 시원하게 에어컨 틀면서 집에서 봐라. 4강 가자! 야무서 가자.
There you heard from the two teams that will be playing in the first round of today's matches. And we heard from GFAM and Coup d'etat. Of course, two teams that are on different obstacles in terms of what we expected out of Coup d'etat, in contrary to their Season 1 performances, meaning that Coup d'etat is not the same anymore. It seems like Byung-Hyun Jun, as the super rookie that he was, is looking a lot weaker. And the two supports that basically were carried by the Gunslinger throughout the entire Season 1 is looking weaker themselves. And now we're at this point where GFAM, led by Min Jung-ho, who did beat Juno Han last week in that singles, might just be stronger than Coup d'etat on paper.
That actually might be true, and you know, we saw the VCR, and you know, it's sad to see that Byung-Hyun Jun, a player to such caliber, has to say it's not over until it's over. That's all he can say, because yeah, it is a fact that GFAM performed better compared to Coup d'etat, beating out Juno Han, like you said, and you know, Suwon Kim on the KFM lost to Sungin Choi, but it was very close. He provided us with an exciting game. Coup d'etat has done nothing. No exciting games yet. They've just been losing. They have just shown us a straightforward, dull game, and then they ended up in the losers bracket.
They have lost flat out, as you were saying. It is the team that you're looking at here. Young Che, and obviously Suwon Lee supporting Byung-Hyun Jun on that gunslinger. The support have looked weaker. Literally has done nothing in that previous round that we saw from them last week. Byung-Hyun Jun has looked a little bit weaker himself, even throughout all the tags and all the singles. has not looked the same, and really just a worrying time for Coup d'etat, who's supposed to be one of the best teams that we have in this season too. Definitely not the case anymore, as we see from the current roster.
Yeah, and we know when Byung-Hyun, the super rookie, the carry on the team, is getting weaker when we see Suwon Lee, the destroyer, stepping up the game and try to carry with the execute and everything else that we've seen from last week. So, that is, Suwon Lee's destroyer with the execute is good. But still, you do have Byung-Hyun, who was supposed to be the carry, and you're supposed to be the support. You don't switch roles in mid-game.
You just can't have the destroyer be the main source of output, of damage for Coup d'etat if you want to find success. Looking at obviously the percentages, and very much expected. GFAM not the most popular team right now, only having participated in the season 2, just completely absent in season 1. It's going to get that 6% of the fans trust that they're going to win out against Coup d'etat. Of course, Coup d'etat getting the favoritism based on their performances in season 1. But as I was mentioning earlier, this is not the same Coup d'etat that found a lot of success in season 1. Season 2 Coup d'etat is looking a lot weaker.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I'm going to be honest here, for a split second here, a portion of that 6% on GFAM is me. So I've never gave up my hopes on GFAM. I was very sad that they didn't come out in season 1, but I'm glad that they're back regardless of what happens here today. They're a great team that sticks together. So we'll see how well they'll do to a quote-unquote a weaker Coup d'etat.
And now we're looking at the composition. We're very much used to this now, but something that's changed. Byung-Hyun is going to be on the KFM, not on the Gunslinger. This is going to be something that's hugely different. I don't think they've tried this competition at least even once.
Yeah, never.
Throughout all of season 1 and season 2. This might be the first time where Byung-Hyun played the KFM on the tag matches. Might have been the first time to see that. He's played KFMs in singles a couple of times in season 1, but in season 2 and season 1 combined, might be his first time, a debut, if you will, on the KFM on this tag match.
Yeah, exactly. And, we also mentioned when Byung-Hyun brought out the KFM in singles last season, yes, he has played it before the Gunslinger. He has a lot of experience. I'm not going to say some experience. He has a lot of experience. But this is the first time, like you mentioned, Joe. We'll see how this competition works out for them.
And let's see if Coup d'etat with Byung-Hyun not on the Gunslinger, on the KFM, will get the job done in game number 1. We're going to go to the tag match to see which team is going to come out with the event. Let's get the match underway. Get to see this, a KFM mirror match to begin a tag match here. And oh my, this is going to be a huge one. Byung-Hyun, we know he's a formidable KFM. We've seen it only in singles. Tag is a completely different proposition. You know what I'm saying here.
Here we go. We do get the first defensive interfere coming in from Coup d'etat. We did see the trades, but it seems as if Suwon Kim's trade was definitely on the upper hand, forcing out that defensive interfere, allowing the staggered and another defensive interfere coming in.
Don't know if that was really necessary here. I think that Suwon Lee coming in for that destroyed defensible interfere was really for naught, because we saw Suwon Kim after that interfere from the Blade Dancer Dongjin Park, just get him up in the aerial. Suwon Kim didn't even follow up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you said, that was kind of weird, but we do see that tremor landing here for Suwon Kim here, giving him a hard time, Young Che.
In the meantime, Byung-Hyun did have to already tag out. I feel like his advantages were too big of a factor, and he's going to be the first one to lead this match, and Suwon Kim is still holding strong on that KFM.
Oh yeah, definitely. Suwon Kim doing a lot, forcing out 2 tags, 3 interferes, just from Suwon Kim being on this field.
We were talking about Min Jung-ho being the hard carry against Busan Red last time around, but this one, it's going to be all about Suwon Kim for the meantime, and still very healthy as he's about to get the force tag in the next 15 seconds, and then still got a lot of resources forced out from Coup d'etat.
Yeah, Suwon Kim just disgusting on this KFM. Yes, finally the persistence is procced for the destroyer, but unable to do anything right now.
Definitely mission successful for Suwon Kim, and even getting that chase on by Byung-Hyun is just fine, but Dongjin Park, not too pressured, does get that Tavis game out, but otherwise, still going to be feeling safe to get this on. But a quick tag out towards Min Jung-ho means that that Tavis game out kind of put the danger on towards GFAM here.
Exactly, but if you see the points on the left and the right side of tag and interferes, you can still see that Kurata has been forced to use many more compared to GFAM. So definitely Suwon Kim, just by himself, just did so much. Basically already won the game for them if they carry it out this way.
Okay, we're looking at this here. Suwon Kim coming in for the interference.
Rumble Base.
Knock-up, and Rumble B is going to trouble out Suwon Lee more so to knock him away. But you have to be careful here. Still has 5 seconds left before she gets her cooldown right back. But that escape now coming back forward. But it's going to be Suwon Kim back out onto the field.
All right, so we did see some quick tag outs from GFAM, but still they had the gap. They had the resources to use it, but now we have the KFM mirror match once again.
We're seeing the stuns come through. Just a back roll for Suwon Kim to get out. So he does have that crucial tab escape still available on this 1v1 mirror match on the KFM.
Here we go, Rising Dragon connecting, forcing Suwon Kim into the air by Bang & Jun.
Knocked down, and Suwon Kim finally does use a tab escape. Get him out, and a quick tag.
Ooh, he tried to make something here. He knocked him back, put him in the air, and tagged out with that interfere. So 3 players just simultaneously just tagged out and interfered, tagged in. Try to make something happen, but it didn't work out, unfortunately.
Oh, Bang & Jun finding it difficult to get out of this angle here. Still getting multiplies of damage, and even that lightning draw connecting for lots and lots of damage. And now it's going to tag out, but a quick strike coming from Young Che. As soon as he tags in for that Warlock and up into the area with a lot of Hubas, it's going to get an initial good damage onto Dongjin Park.
Definitely. We see what Dongjin Park will try to do, but Minjung in the meantime does get tagged in. Dongjin Park using his final tag point. So, yeah, the tag points are pretty even, but the interfere points are still far apart compared to GFAM.
Oh, Minjung, you have to be careful. 50% health and does use that tab escape. Might just have to consider using that last tag point. Remember, no time distortion, nothing like that. For GFAM, just means that whenever you do lose your tab escape, you have to be extra careful. And Chen finally trying to just take advantage of the situation as much as he can.
We do see Minjung-O's cat trying to do work, sticking to him while Minjung-O's all the way in the back. She wasn't even on the screen.
Here
we go. Look at the damage taken.
Heavily damaged down, and finally does tag out in time. Yeonche finally has to use a final tag point to get out of that one.
Well, definitely a necessary tag from Yeonche. But look at the points. There's so many zeros. There's just one tag point of Sang-won Lee.
The stun that comes up, but it's going to be escape with the tab escape. Suwon Kim does come back out, meaning the danger was there for GFAM, and finally used that last tag point. Oh, Suwon Kim has held himself up so far very nicely. This time, this Summoner coming in for the damage all day.
No interference.
Bang & Jun, literally no way to get out of that one. Remember, no escape for him. No tag point and nothing to do with that. The ultimate does connect for a bit, but the counter ultimate does not connect on the other end. And very, very close. If he'd gone an inch closer to that one, that would have been a dead Bang & Jun.
That would have. And that was very close, but we do have Dongjin Park here trying to finish the job on Bang & Jun. No interfere points and just one tag, which is Suwon Lee in bench. So basically Bang & Jun is all by himself for the next 40 seconds.
Okay, but Dongjin Park does have that Suwon Kim interfere possibility if that does become a necessity, but Bang & Jun still holding his ground pretty well, forcing out the tab escape with stun and still moving strong here.
And Bang & Jun doing pretty good against Dongjin Park here, but
okay, the ultimate is standing ultimate, but it's going to be good enough. Gotta get on the back end of that blade, and that's going to be good enough to knock out the KFM and Bang & Jun. First man out already, and the Destroyer ultimate is going to be good enough to connect, and that's going to be Suwon Lee getting the counter kill on the other way. Minjung force that onto the field.
All right, this is not supposed to happen from GFAM. GFAM definitely had a huge advantage coming into this game, but now it's evened up.
Minjung has to be careful, just doesn't want to get caught up by that wallbang, but still, all the tab escape now. Minjung in a very dangerous situation.
All right, blue buff there, the thing. Suwon Lee interferes in, but unable to do too much for Minjung.
This is Minjung's chance now just to poke from range and try to get the destroyer away from her, and finally does get that force tag in. Meanwhile, Young Che trying to come back with the counter and puts her into the aerial, wants to get into the shackles, and that's going to be good enough to knock up the second person from GFAM. Suwon Kim is going to be the last one to stand, trying to go for this 1v2.
Something that we did not expect from
Shackles
G-Fam
once again, and that's going to be the end. And Suwon Kim, I
yeah.
don't think he's going to be standing much longer after that. No time escape available for the KFM. It means that coup d'etat with the 2 members they had left remaining, mostly due to Suwon Lee holding his ground very well and Young Chen putting out the damage with continuous shackles up in the air. That's a lot of damage going, and that's going to be coup d'etat picking up game 1.
Yeah, that was a very close game. In the end, in the beginning to the middle side, we did see G-Fam's advantageous side. Suwon Kim putting out damage, forcing tags, forcing interferes, giving his team advantages. But throughout the whole game, when it became the late game, they could not make that into a win. And, it's very unfortunate because Byung-Yeon Jun's KFM was unable to do anything compared to Suwon Kim's KFM, but they ended up winning still because of the 2 supports like you mentioned, Suwon Lee and Young Che doing a fantastic job.
And it wasn't really about Byung-Yeon Jun in that game. It was mostly about the support. You were talking about Suwon Lee and Young Che doing their part to put out the damage and really doing well to win that game 1. And we got to put our words towards Dongjin Park, the play dancer for G-Fen. Really not contributing to much, and quick tag outs every time it comes in. Means that basically G-Fen was playing a 2v3 throughout the entire game. And you know what's going to happen from there. He basically is going to be the one to lose out.
Yeah, so that ult that we just saw for a split second from Dongjin Park, killing out Byung-Yeon Jun, was basically all he did here other than use up G-Fam's resources. Very unfortunate. Suwon Kim and Min Jung-ho tried their best. I hope Dongjin Park can kind of contribute, like you said, Joe, more to the team other than using just an ult when it's charged.
That's what's going to be very important. You're not trying to just be the ult bot. Every time you come out to the field, you're not going to have the home run ult every single time. No guarantee that will hit as well, but we do see a picture of Caster Jun, obviously the main caster here at the Korean desk. We're still looking at this side here. Coup d'etat, are they still a strong team worthy of looking at? And is that 94% or so of the win prediction that they got, is that good enough for them to still win through?
Yeah, we'll have to see because, if it was Season 1 and they were going up against the same G-Fam, they would have just stomped through maybe a 3-0, maybe 3-1 maybe even. But, this time around, it's different, but wow. What is happening here?
Young Che on the Soul Fighter? Does he even have that registered? Yeah, I think Young Che basically has all the classes registered, and Soul Fighter is his 3rd priority.
Yeah.
He's going to be up against Min Jung-ho on the Summoner. She beat Juno Han, so basically, she beat one of the tougher opponents out there in Blade and so on. Young Che, obviously not to the standards of Juno Han from GC with Sun Red. It still could be a challenge towards the Summoner to beat out a Soul Fighter, see what happens.
We'll have to see because you guys noticed that Shin-Kyung Kim is starting to bring out the Soul Fighter once again and slowly making it into the meta. And Young Che, we'll see how he handles this.
We're gonna get this already, and Soul Fighter for Young Che for coup d'etat for a possible 2-0 advantage if he can beat out Min Jung-ho on the Summoner. We're gonna find out if G-Fen can hold on and even things out, or coup d'etat is gonna run away with the lead. We're gonna find out in this next match. Here we begin the second match here. Min Jung-ho is trying to find a retaliation for her team. She's done her part definitely in that tag match from game 1, but really having to fight a 2v3 altogether became a complicated thing for her and the rest of the team.
Yeah, and you notice Young Che's escape was taken out by the cat. I don't know if you wanted to use it like that, but this time around, Min Jung-ho taking the brunt of the damage.
We're going to see already, but the cat's still constantly distracting. Puts him out on the ground. Young Che taking all that damage from the Summoner. You talk about that Rumblebee being so strong.
Another knockup by the cat. Min Jung-ho frozen, but here we go. She continues the damage.
You can see still having that escape from Young Che. Means that it's going to be safe for now, but to wait for that Rumblebee damage to kick in. He might not just be able to use that escape. Talk about that exact one situation I was talking about. Maybe that Rumblebee is too much for him, but look at this. The counter damage that's going to be coming through in the air. Min Jung-ho is going to be surviving for the meantime. Just a little poke all to do it. Heals back, and Young Che is on the sliver of health, and he's going to go down. Min Jung-ho once again pulls out the clutch, and she is a true carry for G-Fan.
Definitely, she's just undefeated in singles right now. And Young Che, like I mentioned, using that early escape when it was just the cat getting that knockdown. I don't know if that was necessary because that took out 80%, maybe just 70% of his health without the chi burst healing him. So right here, right now, we just saw it. That's super early. The 10-second escape that happened within the 10 seconds into the game, that was just very unnecessary. Just giving the opening to Min Jung-oh, that was the start of his loss.
And we know basically a summoner can put out as much damage as maybe an assassin in a 1v1 scenario if you do have that escape gone from your opponent. And we saw an example right there. The Rumblebee is constantly with this, just pushing you down onto the ground, and constant damage from afar means that you're gonna get an HP ball like this to your Young-Che.
That was very close counter though, coming from Young-Che. Almost made it happen, but Min Jung-oh definitely knew what she was doing. Yeah, that heal, and she used that escape at the perfect time to get out of there with the backstep. So, no, a great win for Min Jung-oh.
It just gives a false idea to your Young-Che if you're thinking that you can put out all that damage in time, but that crucial heal that we were talking about from the summoner, very nicely done by Min Jung-oh to just keep him off guard. And we're going to see this roulette stopping at singles, right barely. So we're not going to see Min Jung-oh nor Young-Che on the Soul Fighter, but we will see one of their teammates trying to make an opposition here. And I would just have to imagine it's going to be Suwon Kim on the KFM, something very much expected. But can we get there? Very much the important, maybe a mirror match against Byung-Yeon on the KFM on the single. It could be a possibility. He doesn't like to play the gunslinger that much in the singles, but in this 1v1, will he bring out the KFM? We might just get a KFM mirror match in this second round.
Yeah, if that does happen, that's going to be Pride on the line, and now it's tied up 1-1. So it's Pride plus who takes that lead. So if GFM ends up winning this singles, they take away the lead from Coup d'etat, which Coup d'etat started with 1-0. Now they're tied up. We'll see if Coup d'etat will be able to take that back and keep that lead onto themselves, or will that lead be taken away by GFM?
And that'll be also interesting. Who's going to make an appearance? We don't even know quite yet. We can only assume. And Byung-Yeon is going to be on the KFM. That's going to be one half of the puzzle piece that we've been looking for. GFM, yes, we're going to get exactly what we predicted. Suwon Kim on the KFM. KFM mirror match, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be the set 3 on the roulette, deciding who's going to take this early advantage in this best of 5. Of course, that 2-1 advantage looks very good, knowing that you only have one more game to win out the series. So this is an all-important match when it comes to this one single deciding such a huge lead for a team.
Exactly, and you know, I'm so happy that we could actually have a chance to see a KFM mirror rather than a Warlock mirror coming in from last year where, you know, everybody just started playing the Warlock and everything was a mirror match whenever it came to singles. But finally, we're kind of back to the old school and we do see a KFM mirror match here.
We're seeing a lot more classes being a lot more viable. That means that the KFM mirror match is now becoming a possibility in this game 3 between GFM and Coup d'etat. Let's see who gets the big advantage. Let's get the match underway. Go. KFM, Kung Fu Master. We don't get to say that very often, but in a mirror match, it's less so of a predicament, but we're here once again to see what we're going to get. Suwon Kim pulls the first strike, giving a John. No counter coming from him quite yet.
There he goes. There we go with the flurry, putting him into the air. Suwon Kim taking that first strike.
That stun that comes through, it's going to continue on for another aerial. Can he just go for another aerial here? The third aerial that might just come through. Let's go for a stun right away. And just go for the damage directly. No, but
back roll.
No need for a third aerial when you can just put in the damage right away.
And now it's finally Byung-Yeon's time to counter, but there we go. If he's unable to counter, I was going to say Suwon Kim's just going to take away with that win, but here we go.
That continues on, and finally
back roll chase.
Back roll, and back roll chase does come out, and also have the tab escape. Suwon Kim, you just have to be just match that tab button, just get out. That's what we're gonna get. And Suwon Kim taking too much damage. That's a little bit more punishment that he's wanting.
Ooh, that was a lot more punishment that he wanted. Oh, Byung-Yeon still has this escape.
Okay,
Rising Dragon.
Very important. The stun that comes up. This might be it, and the tab escape finally comes through.
No chase. No chase. Okay, that was good.
important the back roll does happen, and it's going to be the more important Suwon Kim, Byung-Jun very close in stealth, and we're going to see that one stun making a difference.
Into the aerial
that comes in, the knockdown should be good enough, and one more hit, that's going to be the one to come through, and nice back row chase. With that uppercut, Suwon Kim is going to be able to pick up the victory, and now Coup d'etat is going to be on the behind, a 2-1 going deficit.
Yeah, definitely GFAM takes away that lead from Coup d'etat. A super close game. Byung-Jun definitely knew what he was doing as well, but unfortunately, Suwon Kim, being the master of KFM, he knew what to do, and he knew exactly the timing of what Byung-Jun was going to do and use. And it was a close game when Byung-Jun countered, but in the end, Suwon Kim coming on top of it all.
Sometimes we come across a story of an apprentice beating out the master, but this time, the master still remains the winner above the apprentice, and Byung-Jun, the newer KFM into the realm, is not going to beat out the original and the best KFM that we know from Suwon Kim. Been around GFM for a long time, but it has made himself individually a legend in this KFM scene, and still looking just as strong as 2018.
Yeah, you know, when the apprentice beats out the master, that's when the apprentice knows the secret. Suwon Kim, the master, taught everything to the apprentice except for one secret, and that one secret is why he won here. And he, we'll never know until he tells us, but that actually gave him that advantage of the combos and what to come, how to calculate, and that gave him the victory even with the slimmest of a health.
And look where we are now, ending set 1 going over to Coup d'etat means that they were on a good roll. If they could continue through, they could just get a clean sweep, but now this 2 consecutive wins going over to GFAM means that one more round needed for them to finish on. Coup d'etat is now on their heels, really just thinking about what they have to do to win out this next one just to stay in.
Yeah, just because they lost 2 in a row, they shouldn't lose confidence, because they were definitely a winner of that first set 1 of the tag. So, they've only lost in singles. They didn't lose in tag yet, so they have to believe.
Byung-Jun on that KFM, really not much of a force in game 1. We have to be honest, and it was really carried by his supports with the Destroyer and the Warlock, obviously from Suwon Lee and Youngwon Che, but this time around, it's still sticking with it. Feels like the KFM is going to be viable. Really, that game 1, really no use. Game 3, he lost his singles, and game 4, he's returning back to it. I just wonder if he just wants to go back to the gunslinger, but now he's just not having any chance to do that anymore.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this KFM plays out in this last match, potentially the last match if he loses.
It's going to be the last match for Coup d'etat. If they do lose out, it might not get that second chance to use a gunslinger, but will Coup d'etat and Byung-Jun not regret this chance? We're going to find out this next match. Do talk about the significance of this specific match. It means that Byung-Jun, if he does lose out once again, that will be his last time to play in Season 2 altogether. He might not just get a second chance to play that gunslinger once again.
Yeah, this KFM might be his end game here if he does lose out, like you said. We'll see that Rising Dragon.
And getting completely mowed down by Suwon Kim, and Byung-Jun, no answers for his opponent so far.
Yeah, but I'm gonna just stay quiet, because this is actually what happened in set 1. Suwon Kim did everything, forced out 2 tags, 3 interferes by himself before that force tag happened, and they still ended up somehow losing. So just using the resources early on for Coup d'etat might just be the way they want to carry this out.
And just a reaction to Min Jung-ho and everybody else from basically GFAM just being extra aggressive every time Suwon Kim gets a knock-up aerial. Just trying to finish off Byung-Jun as quickly as they can.
Oh, the double days!
Very nice, and the stun that comes through both ends means that Suwon Kim is very much feeling the luxury to move forward here without any worry.
Yeah, this is happening again. So many tag points used. Well, just 1 tag points, but so many interfere points, I should say, on the side of Coup d'etat here. This is not looking good once again. But like I said before, this is what happened in set 1, and they still ended up winning.
The more important point is that basically Byung-Jun did nothing out of that first round with that KFM, no utility whatsoever.
We'll see. Suwon Lee is out of the field versus Suwon Kim. We'll see if he's able to do anything. And that chase will happen very soon, but the knockdown is not going to help.
Min Jung-ho does get caught up, but doesn't even have to use the escape. Very nicely done to counter that damage, and still gonna poke from behind it. Still looking through it. And now Young Chen has to come in once again on the interfere. Last one already, by the way. Just 2 minutes. It's not just long enough of a time to use all 3 interferes for that Warlock, and feeling pretty proud of herself there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you know, Young Chen isn't the only one actually using the interferes. If he was the only one using 3 interferes and everybody else had interferes left, yes, it's understandable. But look at Suwon Lee and Byung-Hyun Jun's interfere as well. They only have 1 left. This is not how you utilize and macro your interfere points here.
Basically, the longer this match gets, it's going to be much of a more disadvantage towards the Rhino Kudeta. But taking that damage, Dongjin Park even putting down that lightning draw, of course, to put out the damage, and Young Chen has to forcibly come out. Second tag point already being used at Kudeta.
The leech does land, tries to do some damage output here. He actually does take a lot here. Dongjin Park, one of
again, very much
that
on
chase
the back
though.
foot.
That chase though.
No way. Are you serious? Young Chen literally single-handedly carrying his team right now. But as we say that, Suwon Lee very nice on the iron plating to make sure his teammate doesn't get damaged now. But just that aside, Young Chen has been splendid today on the Warlock and has done his part to put out the damage.
Yeah, it was just this is deja vu from not season 1. Last year, Suwon Kim dying out early. That was the problem of GFAM, and it hasn't happened yet until today.
Looking at this now, Min Jung-ho just trying to stay afloat and still getting damaged out. This is a dangerous situation for Byung-Hyun Jun, looking like he wants to finish off the summoner as fast as he can, but Jung-ho still has that heal, still has that attack point. If she chooses to use it, and finally is going to. Probably coming back on the field on that Blade Dancer. So it seems like Kudeta found the confidence to push through here.
Definitely, Kudeta using that early tag, early interferes. Within 2 minutes, like you mentioned before, Young Chen going out of interfere points. But that does not matter for them because, like set 1, this set 4 is just playing out exactly the same.
A nice tag chase coming in, and really Young Chen is going to be heavily damaged now. The lightning draw that will come through, just killing this Warlock will be vital for the side of GFAM. But for the meantime, the throw is going to come back out to the field, means more defensive stance for Young Chen.
But you don't want to get leashed and into the air, but Dongjin Park survives for the time being, but will he be able to survive to do enough damage? But Min Jung-ho does come in.
I don't know if that's the best tag available, and that's going to be the one to get caught out, and all the tag points and all the escapes gone. This might be the first time Min Jung-ho just trying to get the heals back. For the meantime, nothing really coming through it. That ultimate, that really accounts to nothing for Suwon Lee. And right away, just a complete jab onto the face. And that's going to be Suwon Lee knocking away Min Jung-ho and looking like GFAM might just lose another tag match here.
This will be a 2-2 if GFAM does lose. Dongjin Park not giving up, trying to do his best.
1v3 though?
Go.
How are you going to pull off a 1v3 with the Blade Dancer? And with the performance that Dongjin Park has been showing all day, very unconvincing that he's going to be the one to get this done. Okay, the ultimate, that comes through.
Okay, he does take a little bit of it. I was thinking when you asked how he's going to pull it off, if he brings down Byung-Hyun Jun and uses that all to continue to the next tag, and maybe he has a chance, but he just used that to counter Byung-Hyun Jun's ult.
Dongjin Park is working really hard, just trying to get one kill away from the board, but he needs 3 of them. That's the problem here, and I just don't see Dongjin Park. He does get the second area, he's going to have the lightning draw, and almost knocks away Byung-Hyun Jun. It's going to be one of the 3 steps away from doing it, but they're just wasting a lot of time. It's going to be Byung-Hyun Jun stall time to make sure they get those interfere points back.
Yeah, a minute left, but we'll see if Dongjin Park will be able to take out Byung-Hyun Jun. Because if he does, that might bring Dongjin Park a chance, but that triple kick into that stun. Tremor.
That's going to be it. That's it. And Dongjin Park is going to be on GFAM of all the surprises once again. They were on the lead in the beginning of that game for just as much, and find themselves losers once again. GFAM, they need to work on their tag game a lot more, and seems like communications are being thorough on the side of GFAM, but for the meantime, disappointments all the way as they lose another tag match.
Yeah, we do. Fortunately for GFAM, I guess, our fifth set is a singles. So if GFAM is stronger in singles, as we have seen throughout this first series, Kuretao winning all the tags, GFAM winning all the singles, making it a 2v2. If this does play out, GFAM does have a chance of making it into the semifinals, or have a chance to get into the semifinals without being eliminated here, because if you lose this set, whether it be GFAM or Kuretao, you are out of Season 2.
That's where we stand right now. Kuretao might be the first one to go out, but they're keeping their hopes alive. This next set here on the single, as you were mentioning, the single hasn't been won by anybody from Kuretao so far, losing two, so towards the side of GFAM. But can they get more? Can they get basically a possibility of GFAM moving on to the semifinal? At least one step closer to it. And Kuretao being eliminated, we're going to find out all of that answers in this next match.
Yeah, but you did. We are seeing the replays, and Suwon Kim getting knocked out with 2 interferes and 3 interferes and 2 tag points. That was just uncalled for GFAM, because we know in the tag, yes, Min Jung-ho has proved herself very strong in singles. Same goes in tags, but Suwon Kim coming out on the field first, making and forcing his opponent teams to use tags and interferes, creating opportunities. That's good. But just because you did good when you were out doesn't mean you can die out with 2 tags and 3 interference points. That's not going to cut it for your team.
Really a surprising loss for Suwon Kim on a leading game in that game 4 for GFAM. Talk about that problem prevailing from that last year's games as well. So all throughout, GFAM has suffered when it comes to Suwon Kim being the first one to die out in a tag match. Usually doesn't translate into good results. Means that this one, the next one, whoever does come out, is going to be the one to stay alive and to beat out their opponents as much as they can. Who's going to be the one to come out though?
See, this is the
and John the Gunslinger. This is the interesting one. Who's he going to be up against? Suwon Kim. Okay.
All right.
He needs to prove himself here. I think he really deserves this opportunity, but this time against a different opponent. Same person, but why I say a different opponent, it's not going to be the KFM for Byung-Hyun Jun. It's going to be the original Gunslinger that we have hyped him so much about.
We will see if Suwon Kim beats out Byung-Hyun Jun on the Gunslinger and on the KFM. Now, nobody is to dispute that Suwon Kim is the best KFM here. But Byung-Hyun Jun, like you said, he has to redeem himself. He has to win this because he already lost to Suwon Kim in the KFM match.
First time bringing out the Gunslinger for today's match is going to be Kuretao's Byung-Hyun Jun, trying to get this 2-2 even scoreline onto a winning event. Let's see if he can do that against Suwon Kim's KFM. Let's find out this next match. Byung-Hyun Jun, can he do it with the Gunslinger?
See, we know how strong Byung-Hyun Jun's Gunslinger is. So.
Shadow, by the way.
Yeah.
I think he's only brought the Shadow Gunslinger maybe twice throughout the entire Season 1. And here he is for maybe the 3rd time ever that we've seen him on the Shadow Gunslinger, not as most preferred playing Gunslinger.
Oh, actually...
50% health just casually like that.
I don't know. Now it's Suwon Kim's time. There we go, the chase. Going to try to escape out of it here.
Suwon Kim's just trying to look for the angle to go in. Does back roll out of that one. Watching the aerial. It's going to get to a stun. It's going to be the escape that happens on both sides actually. So another stun that could come through will be final.
Ooh, the back roll. There's no chase. Oh, the stun!
Came through right on the back row as you were saying, and this is important, and just a few more poke damage on to do it, but in the meantime, Suwon Kim, can he get the job done? Just one more stun needed here. I think that's gonna be it.
That poke here, that is
one
it.
more poke, and that's all it takes, and Kureta coming down from a 2-1 deficit, they are gonna be the ones to win out. They're gonna go into the 2nd round, thinking they still have a hope to make it to the semifinals.
But at least they are not eliminated from the get-go. Unfortunately for GFAM, you see Suwon Kim very disappointed in his plays, as we can understand, because he had such an advantage throughout all the matches. Even though in the tags that he's done so much, even though they ended up losing, he knew and he was confident in his plays and beating out Byungyeonjun's KFM. Super close, but he did come out on top of that. But this game, it was just basically one-sided. Byungyeonjun just showing us what a gunslinger is all about, and he's like, yeah, I was just playing around with the KFM, but you guys thought you had the upper hand, you had your confidence boost. Let me get that down for you. And he just brings out the gunslinger and just stomps over Suwon Kim's KFM.
That's a really tough way for GFM to go out of this tournament. They played very well with Min Jung-ho and Suwon Kim showing forces in their own disrespect. But what's the most important here is that once the one player performed, the other did not.
Yeah.
And even in tags, when Suwon Kim performed, Min Jung-ho and obviously Dongju Park did not do their own part, meaning that they were not going to win out even though they had individually great performances. So once again, meddling these together and molding these performances individually into a team match will be important for GFM as they are eliminated now from Season 2.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but we are done with the first series.
And we're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be back with the second round after a short break. Welcome back, guys, to Blade in Seoul, Korea. We're here for Season 2 and on to the last round of the quarterfinal to decide our semi-finalists. Of course, we had two already decided, one from Group A and B, decided from Anarchy and Kudeta Zeus, but we're going to get the second one from Group A here as GC Busan Red is going to face up against the recent winners of Kudeta.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out because these two teams, like we were mentioning before, Kudeta and GC Busan Red, have been up to par in Season 1. They're both strong teams. Even though GC Busan Red did end up winning out the whole Season 1, Kudeta definitely was there to contest them. But this time around, Kudeta has definitely weakened a lot. So we'll see how well they'll do against GC Busan Red.
And GC Busan Red has weakened that term that you used as a little bit to the extent as well, because last week we saw them. They are in this winner's bracket, just getting ready to go up against Kudeta, but they didn't look so strong in the way they beat out GFM, nor in the way they basically didn't even get to get a match point against Anarchy, who are now in the semifinals, meaning that Group A looking a lot stronger on paper. Definitely hasn't been that case as soon as we saw from round 1 already last week.
Exactly. So many strong teams in Group A, but one of the least expected teams to move up into the semifinals cleanly has moved out, which is Anarchy. And now, slowly, I'm changing my mind and my perspective on the team Anarchy with that one class change from Youngmin Park coming in to the Soul Fighter, getting rid of his KFM. So we'll see what happens there, but that will be tomorrow. So today we do have the leftover of Group A. This is the last match to decide, the last team to get eliminated, the last team to finally get up into the semifinals.
And we do have to get their coup d'etat to see who's going to be the better team out of them and GC Busan Red. But an interesting data we have here at ending is that basically these two teams, GC Busan Red and coup d'etat, they had to beat out GFM to get to this stage, and they both did it in a 3-2 format.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Who is the stronger team? It's really hard to tell because from the set 1, we're going to get the conventional combos once again. Very much a mirror match when it comes to the Gunslinger, Warlock, and the Destroyer. But we just doesn't know on the paper who's the stronger team out of the two.
Yeah. We basically don't know. They have the same score against GFM. They both had a hard time even though they did end up winning. So this is actually going to clear up some, fog here, telling us which is the stronger team here within Kudeta and GC Busan Red that will make it up into the semifinals. But Sang-jin Choi seems like he has a little bit of headache. Juno Han kind of tired, yawning here. Yuta-san is probably the only player right now in GC Busan Red who seems just like he is ready for this game.
We'll see what that means, though, because it's their first time here playing, but Kudeta, it's their second time.
Yeah.
Already went through a full best of 5 to get to this point, and just had a short break, about 5 minutes, and now here, we're getting ready to go in this tag match. Just once again, routine performance by these guys, but over GFAM, they barely beat them out, so now we're looking at which team is stronger. It's hard to tell from the very beginning just by looking at the list of players, but we can expect no less. Obviously, we saw them find it out in Season 1 with GC Busan Red coming out of town. See if they can do it again. It's going to be another question to ask.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be another question, especially with the same score beating out GFAM. The same score, the same composition.
But, I see something interesting.
Yes.
It's GC Busan Red versus Sungjae Choi.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, they put the team name as
No.
Sungjae Choi. So maybe that's why his head's hurting, because he's having a system overload. It's like, I have like 3 people under my head and I can't concentrate now.
Yeah, and I'm playing in GC Busan Red, but my team is playing on the other side.
So confusing.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it happened a little bit earlier. I wanted to mention it, but I didn't think we would get back to that AR once again. But it seems like OGN really likes Sungjae Choi. I mean, we can understand it. He's a fantastic guy. Of course, we know that he's a very entertaining player in this Blade and Soul scene, and very much a talented player in that destroyer role. He's kind of famously being known as a world destroyer, but he's done well. But it seems like Junohan, maybe he's taking some time to set up his PC, and it might just take a little bit long before we can get to this first game.
Yeah, and as we always say, unless the camera does come back, so this means the problem will be solved pretty quickly, I hope.
Should be.
Yeah, should. It's not 100%, but that's how it usually is. We don't have such long delays here in this regular season. But like you said before, Sungjae Choi, World Destroyer. It was kind of iffy recently seeing his plays within the teams and in singles, but we did see last week's plays when he beat out Suwon Kim with that 0.1% health. I don't even know if he was alive there with that health bar, but he did beat that out, and he did not choke as Suwon Kim choked there, and Suwon Kim choked again today.
Yeah, that was a visually very chaotic iPad. It's just, want to talk about the fans being supportive of their people, but talk about the World Destroyer, Choi, doing his job against Suwon Kim, as you did just mention from last week's game, one of the most exciting singles that we got from the previous week. We'll see if he delivers once again, because we kind of count on him to pull off the goods when you're expecting lots of things out of the Destroyer. He definitely does deliver at times, but it hasn't been very much a frequent thing over the last week, and we probably should expect a lot more from him now and the rest of GC Busan Red, to be honest. And it should be one of the best teams now in Season 2, but definitely hasn't proved to be that case, and Anarchy has definitely blown them out in that last week, just meaning that reminder should be there for GC Busan Red to really step up their game. To become the best team, you have to really prove yourselves and get that really given to you. And it seems like the problem isn't fixed, and we're going to get back to us very, very soon, guys. And here we are, and looking like we're once again just waiting for this to be settled out. And Junohan, a little problem on the PC. Hopefully we can get that settled out, but for the meantime, you're going to enjoy us for a while.
Yeah, and I actually do have a visual on Junohan, or GC Busan Red rather, and it seems like the rest are kind of still working on everything to get it fixed, and let's hope that it doesn't take too long, because like we were talking about before, these two teams, from Season 1, GC Busan Red definitely is the stronger team, but we were talking about how they had a hard time beating out GFAM, and they both actually went 3-2 to beat out GFAM. Very hard time, and now we're here with the same composition, the same score against GFAM. So this match today, right now, that we're waiting for here, is going to prove and separate GC Busan Red and Kureta.
You know, it's good news, though. The game is ready. I think we're going to get to the game very, very soon. That's the call that I heard from the producers, meaning that we're going to get to the very game soon. So GC Busan Red and Kureta, we are ready for that game number 1. Let's get to the match to see who's going to get the early advantage in this best of 5. Let's get to tag match. Thank you guys for your patience waiting for us to get this first game started. And Byung-in-chan, Junohan, starting us off. So it won't be the gunslinger mirror match which we typically see the first man standing. But Suwon Lee, look at that!
Ooh.
Coming in for the execute damage. You can never ignore the damage that could come in from a destroyer interfere.
Not wasting time, just kind of come in and wow, look at the damage output coming in from Young Che. He's on fire today.
Really is, and on that Warlock has always been that supportive role, but for the meantime, looking really, really good.
Yeah, we've always doubted Young Che's Warlock. Same goes for Daeyoung Choi's Warlock as well. The two Warlocks that we did not expect a lot from, but I don't know about Daeyoung Choi, but Young Che's Warlock definitely has improved.
That's what we're getting. We're gonna see how this all transpires for Young Tucson obviously coming from that gunslinger once again, but Swanley on the Destroyer has put out some damage himself, more so than Dana John at times. Let's see what we're gonna get.
Tucson is on the field. We'll see if he's going to be able to do some work as Byung-Hyun Jun did the first time around. Here we go.
Just trying to come for the interfere, but reactionary defensive interfere from Sung Jun Choi to get the iron plating so that no further damage comes through.
Alright. Yuta-san has his escape. He's going to make the offensive. He's going to keep his distance.
Yuta-san still moving out of here, putting a lot of poke damage on it. It's going to force that attack. And Young Che is out on the field. He's done well so far against G-Fan, but against GC Baton Red, see what he'll do.
Alright, Sung Jun Choi out with that Fury. We'll see when he procs it.
And then just keep that for now. The Fury is still left unscathed.
There we go.
Up and finally gets that Fury up, trying to get to the throw, but the throw just runs away and really not allowing lots of damage that can come in from the Destroyer. Now, starts to tag back out. Junohan's back out on the field, but taking a lot of damage from Young Che.
Young Che is just on fire today. Sung Jin Choi making a mistake with that Fury proc into the execute, unable to do too much to Young Che. Junohan comes out, a Warlock mirror match, something that is basically a slow pace because you don't want to give an opening to the opposing Warlock because you may just die out. We'll see.
Once again, Suwon Lee with that execute damage just so crucial every time he comes for that interfere. And look at that, and still moving forward here. Byung-Hyun Jun just trying to find the angle to put the damage on the Junohan. As soon as he comes in, no chase really happening other than the forcing at the time escape. Still gonna be fine to move on.
Alright, we'll see what happens here. Byung-Hyun Jun, we know him to be well known for not tagging out, but already using one tag is very, it's something that we see usually, but we'll see how Byung-Hyun Jun plays out here.
Bit uncommon has been his playstyle for the past few weeks, and now we're looking at this week 2 Byung-Hyun Jun. Has it improved? Has it gotten to the level where he doesn't really need to tag out every time he comes in? Can he just stick out that one extra minute to stay in this game to get that force tag out, which would be very vital for his team?
Let's see what happens here. Junohan supposed to be that formidable Warlock here. We'll see if he's able to make any dents in Byung-Hyun Jun, because in 10 seconds, Junohan will be force tagged out, and Byung-Hyun Jun is definitely going to chase that.
Junohan just waiting for his time now. 5 seconds. He brings the thrall into his opponent, and Jun does get very, very close and just going to wait for the attack to happen. No chase. It actually does happen, so very nicely done. So forces out the interfere from Yoon Son, and still not going to move forward here. Suwon Lee comes back onto the field, so it means that a Destroyer mirror match is going to be the other way.
The wallbang.
Wallbang.
Sung Jin.
Choi still moving forward here. Let's get that back row, and all the escapes are gone, just meaning that Suwon Lee now has the advantage, but still moving through here.
Young Che comes out, save for Yuta-san. We do see a lot of the interfere and the tag points being depleted now on either side. See how they'll utilize this. Young Che, Yuta-san, they both have one tag point left, which makes sense that they are out of the field. They're trying to burst down the thrall.
Very good for now, and still going to get the time distortion with the Sanctum on, and Che is going to get his own back, using it for the self-use, but for the meantime, Young Che pretty quiet against Yuta-san, see what he can get done, but still no damage, even major, coming out on either side.
We did see that offensive into the reactionary 2v2 here with the interference coming in. Nothing too much, and Sung Jin Choi try to approach Young Che, unfortunately not connecting once again.
Trying to go for the execute damage, but does not connect, as you're saying, not close enough. And Yonche does get that poke damage away from him, and Yotasan still trying to come back. But now right here, Yotasan has to be careful. It does go up in the air, but really careful situation where Yotasan almost dies out. And good of him to just tag out, yeah.
A good tag out. I'm happy that he didn't get greedy to try to stay alive and stay out on the field to get a forced tag. But Junohan definitely having a tag point left. The only one that has a tag point on GC.
The execute damage, that does connect once again. For Suwon Lee, it's going to be enough to force the tag out. And Choi is going to be tagged out onto the field once again. A mirror match on this Destroyer. See what we're going to get.
No tags for anyone now. Junohan only has that one interfere. He definitely has to make that an offensive interfere rather than a defensive. So to try to kill out Suwon Lee or whoever is on the field, we'll see if that will be able to happen here.
The Destroyer ultimate happening in just time for him to get out of there. And Suwon Lee wants to be careful in the way that he manages the Fury Destroyer, but does get stunned up once again. No escape whatsoever. And this is going to be the one to get out. And that Fury Destroyer goes against coup d'etat on that instance, as Suwon Lee is going to be the first one to die after coup d'etat.
All right, well, that last interfere point used by Junohan getting and confirming that kill on Suwon Lee, making it a 3v2. But in the next 25 seconds, everybody will be getting an interfere point back, so we'll see if anything will happen within that time frame.
Yeah, that's a very slow-paced game so far from both sides, and Jisoo Conrad finally gets that crucial kill. Serves such an importance in terms of which team is going to come out with that game-one victory. Of course, with Sungjin Choi still trying to hold on against Byung-Hyun Chun's Gunslinger. This gunner is going to have to just move forward, trying to put in a lot of damage, but not much room given by the Destroyer.
All right, there we go with the interfere points coming in. That interfere for that time distortion right away from Young-Won Che. I don't know if that is something that you want to use so rapidly without considering what the possibilities will be later in the future, because GC Busan Red still has 3 members alive here.
Choi does get force tagged out, so very nicely done. Remember, no tag point for any of these players here, and so you know you're going to have to stall out the time to get that done. Byung-Hyun Chun still has 30 seconds left to go. Junohan, I'm sure he's trying to trouble it before he does get out for free. Let's see what the Warlock's going to do.
There we go. The escape is used by Byung-Hyun Chun. Now it's time for Junohan to try to connect a tether blade to make something out of this, but 8 seconds left.
Looking forward here, and 5 seconds left to go. The Thorn trying to constantly bother him, but nothing really coming forward here, and only going to get the tag chase. Probably it's going to be the one to go up, and nicely done. Young-Won Che is going to be forced to use the tab escape. Junohan still looking forward here, trying to get to that.
But grabs him out!
Oh my goodness, the execute damage is going to be good enough. Sungjin Choi putting out the damage. Junohan just watching from the back. That's all he needed to do. We saw Sungjin Choi just coming from the interferes very nicely. Getting the second man knocked away for coup d'etat.
Right now it's a 3v1 against Byung-Hyun Chun. No, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's very unlikely here. It's a 3v1. If the clock runs out 1 minute 25 seconds, it will go to TKO. Definitely go to the side of GC Busan Red. So Byung-Hyun Chun, unless he's giving up, he has to do something to try to
the ultimate! Oh.
Yeah, that's close.
Scare me there.
Yeah. That was close there, but like I said, Byung-Hyun Chun, he definitely doesn't have the luxury of waiting out. He has to start getting rid of one player by one player if he wants to have a chance.
Against Junohan, it's going to be extra difficult to get that done. It's going to be forced tagged out, meaning that the chase has to be on. But within this distance, can he do that? Really, no chase happening. And a counter chase, actually. So this is going to be huge. And we thought that Byung-Hyun Chun was supposed to be the one to get the chase. But a casual ultimate from the Junohan, from the Warlock, is going to be the one to finish him out. And wow, nice counter tech chase we saw from there. Very nicely done for GC Busan Red. Game 1 victory for them.
Yeah, it was very cleanly played. Throughout the whole game, they had the advantage. They had the upper hand. They were leading the fights. They had a little bit more tag and interfere points in the mid-game. At the end game, we saw everybody was depleted with both tag and interfere. But up to the mid-end game, mid-late game rather, GC Busan Red definitely had the strings on to Kurata's neck.
And now we're going to see just basically the importance of This game 1 victory for GC Busan Red, is that going to continue on to more and more wins? It might just get a clean sweep here ending. It seems like GC Busan Red just dominating. And that tag performance and the singles now should put up a bigger statement as to what GC Busan Red is ready to go up to. And just got to get to the semifinals themselves. They're only a few games away, and they can do it within the 2 games if they can get that done.
Yeah, definitely. 3-0 is definitely possible, especially on the side of GC Busan Red. But, I gotta say, I gotta give a lot of props to Young-Eun Choi and Suwon Lee, because these two have been performing so fantastically. Byung-Yeon Jun, supposed to being the carry, is kind of getting pushed back, and it feels as if Byung-Yeon Jun is behind the two, Suwon Lee and Young-Eun Choi right now.
That's what it is. Young-Eun Choi and Suwon Lee is doing the carrying. That's not a good formula if you're a coup d'etat. You're supposed to have the gunslinger carry you forward with the other two, the Warlock and the Destroyer, helping the gunslinger out to put out the most success that he can. But what's happening now is that the Season 1 coup d'etat is not the same as the Season 2 coup d'etat. Let's see a beautiful picture of GC with some red. 3 players, as we know, are having so much success in the careers of the Blade and Soul tournament up to many years so far. And 2018 shouldn't be any different for these guys. Looking for another great season. Maybe the key to go to the World Championship is going to be their next objective.
Oh yeah, that is everybody's objective here. And if what Joel said is supposed to happen or has a possibility of happening here, GC Busan Red will send out a strong singles here for this set 2 to make it into a 2-0 lead. We'll see who they decide to send out. But now,
oh my!
Okay.
Oh, you hear the surprise by the crowd, meaning that the Destroyer mirror match is what we're gonna get for game 2. Usually we get these kind of matchup, maybe this is when the last game is on the line and Sung Jin Choi has to come in for that clutch, but game 2, you talk about important players making an appearance in this right timing. They just want to run away with this. They just want to get a 2-0 and get that confidence to maybe get a 3-0 and clean sweep just out the coup d'etat.
Yeah, definitely. And, the mirror match itself kind of surprised me, but, everybody on GC Busan Red is such a formidable singles player as well. So, this mirror, we'll see how or which side it will tilt towards, because Suwon Lee's Destroyer is also formidable.
World Destroyer of Sung Choi is going to go up against one of the best performing players we have here in coup d'etat with Suwon Lee. See who's going to get the better of the Destroyer. We're going to get to this game too. Let's see who gets the winner. Red 1-0 up and still looking forward to collect their wins as they can. Forces out the gust from Suwon Lee.
Persistence out of Sung Jin Choi.
Iron plating as well, so this is very important. So more escapes now on the side. Sung Jin Choi, the World Destroyer, looking like he wants to keep on the pressure. We're going to throw him up in the air, by the way.
In the air. Super high vertical from Sung Jin Choi.
Sure. And that's what you're going to get. Iron plane that will come through. Still the persistence gone, meaning that the gust is still there. Gust is back for Suwon Lee as well, so both escapes still ready and available for use for both destroyers.
Choi definitely wants to save that gust until that persistence is close to cooldown. See how long he'll be able to last here. Oh, that knockdown, that counter going back and forth. They're definitely playing to get rid of both escapes here so they can just continue with that Judgment Cleave. We'll see what happens. Who will come out on top here?
Choi distracts him in and tries to go for the damage where he can. Still puts him up in the air. Still trying to go for the damage where he can, but really even matchup. The stun that comes through up in the aerial. This might be the start of very interesting things, but Suwon Lee cannot continue on that expedition, and it's going to be now Choi trying to see what he can do against this typhoon that is being propped up. But Suwon Lee
definitely has that advantage. Look at the health bar of Sung Jin Choi. They've been going back and forth, doing trades, but at the end of the day, Suwon Lee definitely has that advantage into the air with the power drive. Trying to get some damage in here, Sung Jin Choi. Back row chase. Not good. Gust finally used.
Suwon Lee, see what he can get done. He still has more damage dealt, and he's going Gonna be knocking away Choi on the dangers here and find
Ooh, the smash land
again, and it's gonna be the one to go in and get the stun up, and still no time escape for any of these guys, meaning that really a crucial stun that can come either way will be the one to finish off the game.
We'll see how this plays out. 30 seconds.
It's becoming a lot closer.
Oh, what? Why did Sang Choi just stand still there? He saw the typhoon coming in.
Yeah, very not reactionary in the way that he performed that one, and used that gust to get out. But as we say, a very confusing understanding of how we're gonna get the winner out of this one. Sang Choi, very low on health, still getting pressured, and that's gonna be the last bit of Judgment Cleave. And now, Kudeta on the brinks of coming back to this game, now brings it back to even at 1-1. Very nice win for him at game 2. See if he can continue on in game 3.
I'm very curious as to why Sang Choi decided to just stay by the wall, and he saw Suan Lee's typhoon come in. Suan Lee just didn't walk up and then use the typhoon out of nowhere. He just used it as he was coming in, and Sang Choi just not reacting to anything. It just gets wallbang, takes away damage. That small chipping away damage actually gave Suan Lee the advantage and allowed him to win out in the end.
And we're going to get that. Just looking at the replays here, Sang Choi really didn't have a single moment where he was dominating against his enemy destroyer. Suan Lee always on the upper end, looking like he's going to chip away until the other destroyer was going to be gone. And destroyer mirror match can be a little bit daunting at times, but when you get the constant damage, as you did with Suan Lee, meaning that the winner was very well deserved.
Oh yeah, definitely here. And Sang Choi tried his best, but that one mistake, I should say, costed him the game, because they were doing a great trade up until the middle game. But here, look at this. This is the part replay kind of cut short and kind of went in right when Sang Choi did get wall banged. But if you guys noticed, Sang Choi was at the wall. Suan Lee was actually approaching him with Typhoon. So, I don't know. It's kind of questionable as to why Sang Choi allowed that to happen.
He really did, and the last bit of Judgment Cleave getting the job done, and it means that altogether, the Destroyer Mirror Match does go over to the side of Suan Lee, and the rest of Kudeta. We're going to rule the roulette to see what our game 3 is going to be. Last time around it was a single, but we're suspecting a tag might be underway here. Very, very close. Oh, we're going to get a nut. Oh, whoa, don't hold your thought. It's going to be a single. Hello. Okay, what is it? Producers, tell us, what is it going to be?
Right, that little metal thing that's sticking
singles.
Out. Okay, it's going to be singles.
Oh, man. Interesting how that roulette works out.
Yeah. Well, like usually, I was always thinking, you have the metal nail thingy sticking out at the end of every dividend, and that's supposed to actually do what it just did right now. Kind of, if it's kind of spinning slowly.
Look at that!
Wow, right on the line.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
The
roulette was probably the most exciting part of today's right now. We thought it was going to be tagged,
close,
and then it stopped at singles. But yeah, the nail did its job.
Something's doing its job.
Yeah, something is.
I'm glad we're getting something to do its job. But for the rest of these guys, a very even score line at 1-1. Game 3 will be another single. So either Juno Han or Yunta Son will be the ones to make an appearance in this next single. Definitely Sang Choi will not be able to play again until that 5th set. In the meantime, who we're going to get, or who we're going to get from Kudeta as well, should be an interesting question to boot.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Don't forget, Youngwon Cha has been just going on this class, that class, but remember, he is a formidable assassin as well. So, there's a chance for him to come out, but Byung-Hyun Jun, I'm pretty sure he'll be the one to come out for Kudeta.
Very, very interesting. You saw Byung-Hyun Jun come out for the KFM this time around. It's going to be against Juno Han on the Warlock end. How do you see this matchup? It's a very unique matchup we don't get to see all too often. A Warlock singles versus a KFM.
We'll see. Byung-Hyun Jun definitely has to get the timing right. Maybe land a couple of nice triple kicks there while the quell is up. We'll see if Byung-Hyun Jun will be able to time that, because, we saw how well Suwon Kim plays, even though he did get eliminated here, unfortunately. Suwon Kim definitely it makes even Juno Han afraid on his Warlock. So we'll see if Juno Han will have that same fear against Byung-Hyun-Jun's KFM.
And we're going to get the game on the way, guys. So game 3 on the roulette, finally giving us the exciting another singles to decide who's going to get the early advantage in this 2-1 spectacle. Let's see Coup d'etat go up against GC Busan Red to see who's going to come up with this winner in the singles. Let's get the match on the way. Juno Han on the Warlock as always, and Byung-Hyun switching back to the KFM. We're going to get as the winner here, and it should be very, very interesting of a matchup.
KFM playing it very aggressive.
It's going to be all up in your face, literally what you're trying to do, and it's all going to be frozen up for the meantime. Nothing too much of a pressure being implied by being so far. That leech that will connect is going to force out the tab escape.
But also that triple kick forcing out that escape as well from Juno Han.
Hey,
But you
no
don't
escape.
want to hear the Hobas.
No escape, no escape, and that's going to be the thrall. Continue on, that's it.
Yep.
That is it, and Juno Han collects the win, 2-1 advantage, and once again, Byung-Hyun loses another single.
I think he just should not bring out the KFM anymore.
He's not very good.
It's well, like
Has the KFM worked out once today?
Yeah. So for
Tag match and
Byung-Hyun,
singles combined?
nothing has worked out. The only time he's won is when he brought out the gunslinger. So that just tells us and tells him as well that KFM, no. Gunslinger, yes. It's a very simple equation.
It really is, and just dominated.
There's, it speaks for itself. They traded the escapes, and then right after the trade happened, Juno Han lands that Legion to the Tetherbladed, the aerial, and as a KFM, you're basically done when you're out of that one single escape. Versus a Warlock.
It just kind of blows my mind that Byung-Hyun continues to bring out the KFM, and Warlocks are strong, obviously, but for the meantime, just getting caught up by that leech every single time, and just obviously have to use the tab escape to get out the first one, but the second one, there's nothing to get out with.
Yeah, exactly. And like we said before, Byung-Hyun, just looking at today's performance, all his KFM plays were a loss, led him to a loss. His gunslinger plays led him to a win. So, I'm hoping that Byung-Hyun finally understands that, okay, we'll let the, KFM put it to the side, bring out the gunslinger. Let's hope that this is what is going to happen. But bringing out that KFM once again, he wants to make it work somehow, I guess.
That's something that Coup d'etat, the team name, kind of has to bring out every once in a while. Remember,
Shingen Kim did that when he was on Coup d'etat.
When the Soul Fighter was really bad at one point in 2018, 2017 actually, 17 when it was actually really bad, and continued to bring it out and continue loss with it, and still brings it out. Yeah, he's got that spirit of a Shingen Kim right now, Byung-Hyun, and still bringing the KFM, thinking it's viable here. And we're going to see if that's going to be the one to really lose out this game. Byung-Hyun once again on that KFM that hasn't worked out all day. See if he can get it to work. This time around, we're going to find out potentially the last match. Usually the typical story here is that Byung-Hyun gets pummeled to pieces and tags out within the first one.
Yeah, here we go. Yuntae-san finally coming out on the field, knowing that Byung-Hyun's gunslinger is not there. So this just proves that, we can already tell at least Yuntae-san is scared of Byung-Hyun's gunslinger. But now coming out on the field, knowing that Byung-Hyun's gunslinger is not on the field, just gives more confidence to GC Busan Red.
Obviously, the time distortion coming through, and Byung-Hyun's going to be freezing himself for now. Otherwise, nothing really coming through in this first 30 seconds.
Definitely trying to make this happen with Suan Lee coming in. Not too much happening. 50 seconds until the tab escape comes back for Byung-Hyun.
Nothing happening for now, and we're still looking at the 10 seconds time frame where Byung-Hyun has to be a little more careful, but Yuki-san really not going for any type of damage. Even the poke damage is not coming through. Once again, an interfere that comes in from Coup d'etat really resulting to nothing.
Yeah. Another Rising Dragon connecting the defensive interference coming
Oh,
in.
the execute.
Yep.
She does not connect.
Yeah, does not connect here. Diamond Blade in perfect timing. Here we go. Yuta-san was bought some time here. Youngwon Check comes in. Bang and Jet tags out here.
Once again, KFM getting nothing done and tags out.
Alright. Do have that mirror match here. Junohan usually very confident in a Warlock mirror match, even though he knows it's supposed to be that split second timing that you have to get to make an opening for yourself. But a Warlock mirror match definitely has to take its time, patience, until that opening is there for your teammates to interfere in to try to knock out that opposing Warlock here. We'll see if that will happen.
This is key here, and on looking through, see what he can get done. Done. Sure, he has to be careful
Oh,
here, but let's go up in the air. No throw for either of these players, and Bennington comes back out to the field. Means that the second tag point already being used at coup d'etat.
Alright, triple kick forcing that escape out from Junohan. Distortion. Suwon Lee comes in once again. Byung-Jun tags out. So Byung-Jun is out of tags already. I don't know, Byung-Jun's KFM is worth bringing out here, like I keep repeatedly say. Look at this, the tag and interfere points on either side. This just shows how dominant GC Busan Red is towards coup d'etat.
Byung-Jun used 2 tag points, literally getting nothing done on the field. So once again, a failure that KFM. What his mindset was when he did that, but a reaction 2v2 is going to result in more damage against Suwon Lee, so you have to be a little more careful. So Choi inputting the damage. That destroyer.
Song Choi definitely wants to get a revenge on this Suwon Lee's destroyer because he actually did lose to him in that singles.
Still through. Song Choi just gets it in the air.
Alright, interfere coming in.
This is where it is, the gunslinger. This is what Byung-Jun was supposed to do for coup d'etat, but he can't do that because he's on a KFN. Not going to putting that free damage on like you just on just did against Suwon Lee. And one of the best players for coup d'etat is already eliminated.
Byung-Jun basically saw Suwon Kim just do everything by himself against when they were against GFAM, and maybe I could take out 2 tags and 3 interfere points. That's definitely not happening here.
We see Junohan being heavily damaged now by the interfere coming in from Byung-Jun, but otherwise, very good chances for GC Busan Red to finish out the series right here in this game 4. Pretty much could be a possibility.
We'll see if that'll be. Oh, but in the air, Byung-Jun, look at the health bar just go down.
And now he has to survive for 1 minute and 35 seconds.
Yeah.
How he's going to get that done?
How? I don't know. He won't.
I think I'm on the same line of thinking with you, and Junohan, he's definitely going to be pressuring all day, every day. He's being done. Warlock Ultimate? It's not going to connect, obviously.
Yep. Connect the Rising Dragon, cuts it off, but Byung-Jun staying alive for the time being, but like we said before, it's going to be hard with the way that Byung-Jun plays his KFM is not really too defensive here. He tries to play it offensive, but
once again,
look at this.
This is it. Junohan finishes him off, and literally, I think it's game over. I think they made the wrong decision again to not go for the gunslinger for Byung-Jun. No matter how bad it was a lot better than KFM at any time of the day. And once again, proving to us that KFM literally did nothing, nada, before the game all ended.
Yeah, and this is a 3v1 Youngwon. Definitely one of the players on coup d'etat who's been performing well, even though his team has been on the downfall. Very unfortunate that he probably won't be able to do a 3v1. There we go. Yeah.
Yep.
And like I said before, and like you said, like just before, like 30 seconds ago, the wrong choices, the wrong decisions have been made on coup d'etat, giving them the loss.
I mean, we know how unexciting this can be for how one-sided this was. Of course, they took one game away, and that one single Suwon Lee doing wonderfully on the Destroyer as he has done all season. And really, we thought that Byung-Jun was supposed to be the carry, but all in all, coup d'etat was really carried by Youngwon and Suwon Lee, not by Byung-Jun this season.
Yeah, and that did result in coup d'etat as well as GFAM to be eliminated now from Season 2 of Group A. So, coup d'etat, I don't know. I think they could have had a chance with Byung-Jun's Gunslinger on the lineup, but I guess they had something else in mind. and now they know that whatever that was in their mind or whatever their plan was did not work out. And let's hope that finally, they realize that it's not working out. Even though they're already out of the tournament.
They're going to have to realize maybe by 2019, because I think if Kudeta doesn't make it into a fixing attitude, they might not just make it to the World Championship. I don't see them as the strongest team right now, and we're not only going to have limited number of slots to go to represent Korea at that World Championship happening very, very soon, but otherwise, all we're going to see the kind of the super rookie go down in powders, because it seems like altogether he has been very, very under-impressive. And what we're going to see from him in the future is going to be up for grabs. But for the meantime, they are going to be eliminated with GT Busan Red heading to the semifinals.
All right, teams, as you guys can see here, GT Busan Red very happy that they are finally up in that semifinals bracket here. Well-deserved, a well-composed team here. They knew what they were doing. They didn't change anything. They didn't surprise us. So, very well done.
But guess what, Andy? We're going to do this all over again. Group B action will be underway. Same thing happening. After a short break, we'll be right back.
안녕하세요. 3대 0으로 혼난 양양입니다.
우리 가운데 있는 이분이 인터뷰 욕심이 있어가지고 그래서 내려온 거예요, 저희가.
게임이 아예 진행되지 못했을 정도로 좀 낮은 수준이었어요.
화장실 좀 갔다 오려 했는데 끝나가지고 제대로 준비도 못하고 바로 올라갔거든요. 1경기 없는 줄 알았어요.
아 맞다, 거기 팀 3대 빵이던데 빵팀 이름 드릴까요?
너무 건방졌어 애들이.
아직 어려서 몰라. 혼나야 돼.
거기는 이제 용진이가 원맨팀이 아니고 다운님이 거의 원맨팀이라고 보면 될 것 같아요.
태그는 개 못해.
저희가 태그 연습량이 부족했어요. 지금 게 다 태그잖아요.
비록 게임을 졌지만 상황 판단이나 오더 그리고 전략은 잘 통했다고 생각을 하고요.
점수 던져놓고요. 마영. 이거 오더의 승리예요. 머리가 굉장히 좋은 선수가 있습니다. 셋 중에 하나거든요. 네.
궁금하셨겠지만 제가 저희 팀의 메인 오더입니다.
양양이랑 연습할 때는 재우 형 3명 이기더라고요.
혼자 했어요.
연습할 때는 마우스를 이용해서 엄청난 공격을 하는데 대회 때는 별거 없을 것 같아요. 집에는 기계팔이를 충전해서 쓰는데 대회장에 물 갖고 오니까 진정으로 팔딱 뛰겠다.
상훈이가 이제 양양팀의 에이스인데 너무 많은 이제 하중이 쏠리다 보니까 상훈이가 엎어지는 경우가 많은데
특히나 검사하시는 이재준 선수가 끄령검을 못 맞추더라고요.
이번 시즌에도 또 못 볼 것 같네요.
야, 재준이 끄령검 쓰기는 했냐?
썼겠지 아마.
이상훈 선수 버스 좀 그만 타고 이제 스스로 갈 길 찾읍시다.
버스 터지겠다. 웃어도 되는 건가? 제 끄령검은 용진이 맞추려고 그냥 집에다 꽁꽁 숨겨놓고 아껴놨어요. 솔직히 용진이한테는 뭐 끄령검 못 맞춘다는 상상을 해본 적이 없어요.
빵에 빵꾸는 신용진 아님? 그냥 용진이 멘탈만 개박살 내면 끝나잖아.
저번 경기 첫 라운드 때 몸도 많이 안 풀리고 멘탈 관리를 못한 상태에서 경기를 치렀었는데 오늘 경기에서만큼은 정말 눈에 안 보이게 하겠습니다.
빨라서 안 보이는 게 아니라 죽어서 안 보일 것 같은데.
고양이만 잡으면 모든 게 해결됩니다. 3경기 컷 20분 안에 끝내드릴게요.
쥐들이 20분 만에 조 터지는 거 아니야?
아마 태그 교체할 수 있는 시간도 안 나올걸요 아마? 제가 평소에는 기사로 여기 팀에서 일을 하고 있는데 오늘은 휴업하도록 할게요 버스.
Welcome back, guys, to Play in Seoul, Korea. We're back for Season 2, and we're still looking at who's going to make it to the semifinals. We've got the Group A settled and done with. JC Blue Sun Red advancing over coup d'etat to meet up with Anarchy once again. We're going to find out the Group B prospects have to get Yang Yang and Bang to see who's going to make it to the next round.
Yeah, we'll have to see who does make it up, but on screen now we do have Yang Yang, we have Sang-won Lee, Jejun Lee, and Jisoo Choi, and usually it is Sang-won Lee who does do the carrying on this team as we know it. Unfortunately for Jisoo Choi Summoner, her Summoner is definitely formidable, but I don't know, like, if I had to compare and choose between Jisoo Choi Summoner and Min Jung-oh Summoner, I would definitely go with Min Jung-oh Summoner, but I'm not downgrading Jisoo Choi Summoner at all, but I'm just saying that's how good Sang-won Lee is on this team, because he is the carry on this team, even though Jisoo Choi is pretty good herself.
Jejun, you don't mention him one bit.
Nope.
The Blade Master hasn't really showed much in terms of Season 2 performance last week, but here we are. Their opponents here will be Bang. It's going to be Young-jin Shin, one of the previously hyped assassin rookies out there, but now a little bit of question up in the air as to how good he actually is. The real good player is Dahun Kimon, the Destroyer, has done pretty well himself, is the true carry for this team. Also with Jae Kim trying to do his part for the Warlock, mostly as a support role. The most damage that will be put out will be by this assassin Young-jin Shin and also by Dahun Kimon, the Destroyer. We get to see a better balance in the tag. Maybe they worked on some few things over that weekend. We're here in this week 2, looking like Bang might be the better prospect, but Yang Yang has been pretty weak in the way they just couldn't be just powerless in terms of losing out 0-3. We're going to see how they do against basically Bang here, but really a strong prediction towards the Yang Yang side. Really the votes going over to Jisoo Choi and the group. Thinking like they are the ones to beat out Bang, but my personal prediction is that I think Bang is going to be the one to look stronger.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you guys, we usually get that 90-something to that one-digit prediction usually, but this time around we had 86 to 14 or 84 to 16 or whatever. It was a 2-digit prediction on the losing side, and that just proves something, because when it's a 1-digit, we know that majority of the people that are here that's voting are going to just choose one team that's definitely obviously more stronger. But this time around, making it just a 2-digit number, it just shows you that, like you said, Joe, Bang definitely has a chance here.
Really could, and we're still looking at Sang-won Lee, who's going to be the one to pull the weights. Jisoo Choi only played the Summoner, and Jejun Lee pretty much only played the Blade Master. He's going to be the one, the unconventional duo covered by the KFM on the 3rd hit. But we see Bang obviously having the Assassin, Warlock, and Destroyer, more conventional combo. See what we're going to get with these compositions now. Game 1 between these two teams that have lost out in Group B last week around. See who's going to come out as a winner as we get on to Game 1. Cheers coming up from the crowd then. Looking like they want to advance through to at least to the next round. You're going to get Sang-won Lee and Young-jin Shin to start us off here.
Alright, Sang-won Lee definitely knows all that triple kick lands. Also taking out the stealth, rising dragon, connecting defensive interference. Sang-won Lee definitely putting out work, but I was going to say Sang-won Lee knows how an assassin works because he also plays the assassin. So we'll see if he's able to capitalize on this going up against Young-jin Shin.
Shin does get both of these escapes now, and it's going to be enough for him to tag out. Not even a call for to interfere. From the Warlocks, a little bit strange. We thought the time distortion might come through, but none of that for the time being, as we see just a Warlock being placed down to fight against KFN.
Jae Kim's Warlock is definitely, he plays a role of a full support. He's usually not the one to come out to do that offensive damage and make those opportunities as we see the other Warlock players do. But we'll see how he does here.
And the throw almost is damaged out completely. That's going to be enough to knock it out preemptively here. The Warlock of Jae Kim still moving forward towards Sang-won Lee, who has been looking very strong in this earlier moments of Game 1. Let's see if we can continue here as we're still looking at it pushing forward in this minute.
Jae Kim staying out pretty long here.
Really looking forward. Once again, the throw being summoned down, but really to no avail. As you see, Jae Kim once again downed, just going up in the air. defensive interference from Youngjin Shin is going to be the one to come up, and we're going to see it. Escape being forced out by Jejun Lee as soon as it comes in.
Oh, but Jae Kim very low right now. The defensive interference does come in. Does Jejun Lee want to stay out? He does have an escape left. The smash also lands on Jejun right at the end. Youngjin Shin does come out though.
She's going to be out and up against Jisa Choi. Summoner bringing out the frog cat. See how much of a difference that makes.
Yep.
Body swap happening. Frog.
Frog not using his tongue.
Jisa Choi still moving up, trying to get damage forward in.
Alright, there we go. Get some damage onto Youngjin right there. Taking out stealth as well.
The Rumblebee will come through, but Time Distortion will now get the escape strike back over to the Assassin. Still putting a lot of damage on. Just realize to be a little bit careful here.
Alright, Jisa Choi out of escape. Jejun Lee does come out for the backup, and Jisa Choi also tagged out. So this time around, Nyang using their resources like they don't care.
Pretty early here, as you do say. Jejun Lee literally has no interference left over in this first 3 minutes of the game, and Shin does do a back roll, but does get chased out, and finally has to use his stealth out. Really nothing to do here. Trying to get the angle on, trying to get that stun. Is it going to force out another defensive interference? So we're going to get a 2v2 reactionary with Youngjin Shin going down very, very low.
Yeah, he is out of both escapes. He'll get the Lotus of escape, but he does end up tagging out. He doesn't want to risk it. Good call for Youngjin. They definitely have the advantage of the points right now. It's very close, but they still have that advantage. Sang-On Lee, though, is going to try to force out another interfere here.
Going for that second aerial, just up in the air. Still gonna go for it. Maybe a third aerial will be on the way. Yes, it is. And still gonna looking forward to Summoner.
Interfere coming in though.
The Rumblebee trying to be punked here for that additional damage. Gonna get a bit of it, but Down Kim is still staying strong. So Lee gonna go for the ultimate. It's not gonna connect.
Yep.
Good evasion for Down Kim to get away from that one.
Very close. Sang-On Lee definitely putting out works here for the side of Nyang. Bang having a hard time dealing with Sang-On Lee.
Nice Typhoon going into that knockup. Almost does connect for more and more damage, but Jae Kim comes back out to the field. See what he can do. Sang-On Lee is still trying to go for the Rising Dragon, anything to get that stun in.
Yeah. But ends up tagging out. Jejun Lee comes out. He had no interfere point, so yeah, he's going to be on the field for a little bit until he has to use his tag to tag out. But there, remember, 2 minutes and 20 seconds until interfere points come back. But this time around, Jejun Lee definitely on the offensive here.
He's going to go for the ascent to go for basically 3 knockup.
Yep.
Otherwise, no further damage that comes through. Jae Kim still in a dangerous situation. Has to be a little bit careful, especially without his thrall. The defensive capabilities will not be there.
Yeah, like I said, Jae Kim is basically like a supportive style playing the Warlocks here, but he's still out.
That's a very aggressive strike there. There's no continuation damage. Means that Down Kim go back on the counter here. It's a knockdown.
Remember, Down Kim, he does have that 1 tag point, and Jae Kim has that 2 interfere points. So if Jae Kim supports it, this might look very good for the side of Nyang.
Bang drags him in for that Destroyer ultimate to connect at the last minute there. Very nicely done. And he does get heavily damaged down. Has to use that last tag point to get out. Brings Sang-On Lee back into the game, so it can be Destroyer versus KFM to continue on with this game.
Alright, we'll see. Sang-On Lee has been doing a lot of work, but it just feels like, you know, if he's the one... Oh, that dink though. That dink onto Sang-On Lee, giving that advantage, that offensive opening for Down.
Get ruled in once again. Sang-On Lee just trying to move forward and still see what he can get done. The back roll does happen, but the Typhoon's going to give it to the Woman. There's a very nice ultimate connection, and Jae Kim will get that to connect, and the Warlock ult is going to knock out the first man in this game from Nyang. Sang-On Lee out of the game.
Yeah, he was...
Another one. That's it! Right on that stun. Perfect timing by Youngjin Shin to get the second ultimate. Means another kill. That will come through. Jisa Choi trying the ult herself, but nothing really coming from that one.
Alright, 2 members down with 2 ults procced on the side of Bang. So Bang definitely knew, and they they prefer this. They wanted to get rid of everything at the end game, and they wanted to just come in with that alt landing. Perfect timing, very well played by Bang here.
Great timing there from Young Shin and Jae Kim. Just very nicely done. Good communication to make sure that stun sticks through. Now while that goes through, but Young Shin, talk about communication, you have to make sure you survive for the next minute. You don't want to die to Jitsu Choi on this instance here. Okay, the second one that comes through. Very, very important to keep them alive here. Young Shin just has to survive for 50 more seconds. A little low of HP. Could be a little bit difficult.
It definitely could be very difficult with that health bar that he has here.
Solo, but that's going to be the end of Young Shin. But two more players that Choi has to knock away, but down Kim.
Down Kim. So much damage.
Okay, the stun that comes through the judgment cleave, and this will be it. And the last bit of damage that will finish off the rest of Yang Yang means that Bang is going to be up to a 1-0 lead here as we get onto game 2.
Yeah, and as I was talking about Sang-won Lee's KFM doing so well. He did so well from the beginning until the late game, until he died out. But as he was dying out, I was thinking before he died, Sang-won Lee has been doing so much by himself in this tag match, in this first tag match, that, it's time for him to get tired and, kind of get fatigued. And as I was saying that, Sang-won Lee did end up getting, eliminated, and I felt really bad for him, even though he did get eliminated. He was doing so much for his team.
And the worst part of that is that it's as we expected.
Yeah.
Sang-won Lee was going to be the only person actually doing something for his team, and the rest of the two players, Jejun Lee and Jisoo Choi, literally no contribution for them to even get close to a kill, meaning that, Sang-won Lee, you deserve to be in a better team, not with these other two players who are not as contributing as much. You're not going to win out this one. Yang Yang looking like the favorites out of the votes that came in, but Bang is looking like the better team overall.
Yeah, you can see Yang Yang, because Sang-won Lee is on there, their fighting capabilities are definitely up there compared to Bang. But on the other hand, you saw in the VCR and you saw while this game was played in the first set, they knew, they have a strat, they want something to happen, they know what they're doing, so they know when to tag in and out, they know what to offensive interfere in, defensive interfere in, so, they have a brain on their team. I'm not saying Yang Yang doesn't have a brain, it's just, to compare these two teams, Bang's strategizer is definitely better than Yang Yang.
Well, you talk about not having brains, Jisoo Choi decided to bring out a frog instead of a cat, so... That's one of the mistakes right there. You just bring out the wrong animal. Just go to the animal shelter and bring out the frog instead of the cat. Definitely you wouldn't expect that to do all the things here, but Bang is looking good. Game 1. As we go on to game 2 for the singles here, who's going to make the appearance is going to be the first question we answer. And the second question we're going to answer, obviously, is going to be, can we extend that lead over to a 2-0 for Bang, and Yang Yang looking just as weak as ever? Are we going to see a comeback from these guys? But for the meantime, I think the answer is going to be no.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that, but I gotta say, in singles, when Sang-won Lee comes out in singles, that's a possibility. That is the only possibility that that Yang Yang has, that the only chance, and Sang-won Lee does come out with the KFM, and if Yang Yang loses the singles with Sang-won Lee coming out, they're done for. Not just because they're on a 2-0 loss, but the best player losing, the best, the first tag loss, so, their confidence level will just drop onto the ground.
I don't think if Sang-won Lee loses here, I don't see Yang Yang coming back from this one. It might just be a clean sweep either way, but it's going to be up against Young Shin on the Assassin. See what that will translate into. Should be an interesting one inning.
See what happens here with the second game.
And let's get on to it. Yang Yang Bang. Are we going to see the evening out by Sang-won Lee? Are we going to see an extension of the lead by Young Shin? We're going to find out this game 2. Welcome everyone once again to the arena. Sang-won Lee wants to really desperately get back into this one. Does get knocked away. Good back roll chase.
Not looking good though. Sang-won Lee out of his game. 25 seconds for Young Shin to just make his move, and this might just be a 100-0 if Young Shin doesn't.
We know Young Shin might be the fastest combo player. We know out of all the assassins, he does it again. How many seconds was that?
I don't even know. I missed it. I was just so focused on to catch if Yongjin makes a mistake, allowing Sang-Won Lee to escape. But that was too fast. That Sang-Won Lee is just laughing, and I missed out the clock.
We saw this from him last year.
Yeah.
Yongjin Shin. He was remembered as perhaps the fastest combo executor.
Without any mistakes.
Maybe in all of Korea.
Yeah.
He's really quick on his fingers.
Look how Yongjin was able to take out that escape, that one escape from KFM.
21,
and then
22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 seconds. 28 seconds to finish off the game.
Yeah, and it wasn't luck either. He was able to calculate and take out KFM's escape, and then continue on to do that 100-0 without wasting a single second.
A single millisecond, maybe?
Yeah, not even that.
What are we gonna get?
I think Yongjin Sin's assassin throws bombards faster than other Sins.
I think it does. Oh, tag match.
All right, well, it is tag, and it is 2-0 for Bang, and Bang did come out on top in that first set. So if they just continue on with this momentum, it might just be, as you say, Joe, a 3-0 sweep.
Very well could be. We're going to get Bang, obviously, trying to go against a 3 matchup again. Tag match looking very good for them, but really not as convincing in the earlier minutes. But as we got later and later into the game, the ultimates connecting with those stuns and the wall bangs that came from the Destroyer meant that the Bang was going to get the very easy win in the later parts of that game 1. But the earlier parts, a bit of a question mark as to how stronger they are. But Yang has to keep their focus hats on now, because this is their last chance to stay in this tournament without losing a single match. And they haven't won a single one so far. They haven't won a single round out of season 2.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens here.
And you mentioned the focus hats, and unfortunately for Nyang, Sang-Won Lee, he's just keeping like 3 focus hats on himself by himself. Maybe it's time for him to just give some skills to Jaejun and Jisoo to get some support, because Sang-Won Lee is trying to carry it all by himself, and it's just not working.
You talk about Sang-Won Lee giving off the skills to Jaejun Lee and Jisoo, but what if they don't have skills?
Well, we'll have to figure that out after Sang-Won Lee kind of tells them what to do, because right now Jaejun Lee and Jisoo Choi definitely don't have skills. That's why Sang-Won Lee is having such a hard time by himself.
And he's not even smiling anymore, Sang-Won Lee.
Yeah, he's such a bright guy too.
And when he stops smiling, that means something bad for Nyang. But can we see them pull out a win right here? Maybe go out with a win. It's going to be very interesting for them. Let's get to game 3. Now this is important ending. Nyang might be eliminated from the tournament. They just might. Of course, even if they manage to beat out Bang, I don't see them beating out the next opponents in line. But what's the most important is here? They need to get at least 1 win. And in 1 round before they get eliminated.
Seriously, just 1 round. Just 1 round. You don't want to have on your paper as Nyang just 0 wins and how many losses. You want to get rid of any zeros.
Usually people take pride in the opposites here.
Yeah,
you
of course.
Undefeated, you don't lose any games, but when you don't win any games, like Yang is, a bit embarrassing. But you have to remember that's what they've basically done in season 1. They hasn't won many games before they were eliminated in the end in the first round.
Sang-Won Lee definitely trying his best once again, but Yongjin Sin getting their confidence boost, forcing Sang-Won Lee to tag out Jaejun Lee coming in.
And this is bad news. When Sang-Won Lee has to tag out this early in the game within the first minute, this is bad news for all around for Nyang, and Yongjin Sin is going to be very excited for this one. Very nice reaction to interfere coming in from Destroyer down Kim. Very nice on the reaction there.
Yep, he does put him in the air, buying some time for Yongjin Sin. Back roll chase, never missed by Yongjin Sin there. You saw
great stuff. Yep. And just going to be able to have escape now. Back out to Jisoo Choi, forcing out 2 tags already. It's going to be Yongjin Sin all by himself.
Yeah, this is, Yongjin Sin just having a great day today. His plays are working out perfectly against Nyang.
Great stuff.
Oh, gosh.
What the heck? Huh? I'm telling you, this guy can put a lot of damage in a short period of time. Yongjin Sin.
Yeah.
This is the Rongji we remember from 2017.
Definitely, and this is why he was one of the super rookies, the upcoming rookies that we had to watch out for.
He was a super prospect, definitely, and Down Kim is going to be joining in with him,
yeah,
trying to get the first kill of that game. And literally, you trying to put in damage, but you're getting the other way around. That's not a good trade. And with the Blade Master still trying to get something done here.
Jejun Lee has been sticking around with the Blade Master forever now, and you know, considering him being on the Blade Master for so long, he's not up to par as, you know, Suwon Kim's KFM per se. You know, he's been on the KFM, Suwon Kim, and we can tell that he's good at it. But Jejun, I don't know, why does he constantly stay on the Blade Master?
I mean, the class is definitely not good. That's why no one uses it. But he's not even very good at the Blade Master.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, Suwon Kim, when the KFM wasn't viable for the compositions in the tournament, he still stuck with it, and he showed us some great plays, even though he ended up losing. Jejun Lee, there's nothing to it.
It's either one or the other. You either play because it's such an OP class in the current meta, or you play because you're extremely good at it, even if it's not meta.
Yeah.
Jejun Lee's neither.
Yeah. That's why I'm questioning him right now, but Sang-won Lee comes out once again, tries to make something work, and this time around the health bar seems a little bit more even compared to our set one.
Looking at it here, still one-sided as we see Young Shin's, oh my god, putting that pressure on. We see Jejun Lee trying to go for that Dragon Tongue as he comes in for the interfere, but that's about it. Young Shin, he's a super talented micro player. If he can get the macro game on, he will be one of the better prospects out there, but have to be careful. Can't use that tag point to get out here. Still playing with fire, just not staying in the field. Let's be a little more careful. Finally does tag out.
Yep, that was a great tag down. Kim comes in full health. He has that tag point left over for him. Jisoo Choi trying to do some damage into the air.
Get the damage up in the air. Of course, the ascend is going to be happening. The Rumblebee is doing work for Jisoo Choi. Kim might just have to use that last tag point to get out of here. No gust. Nothing to do with. Don't even want to call out J.O. Kim on this instance. Want to be careful here. See Young Shin almost connecting on the ultimate, but runs out on the timer.
Alright, this time around, Nyang Nyang definitely having the upper hand against Bang. We'll see. The game is not over until it's over, as we've seen some great comebacks in the previous days. We'll see how this plays out, though.
Looking at it here, J.O. Kim gets up into the air. Let's be a little more careful. So Jisoo Choi finally in the Super Saiyan mode in this game 3, trying to single-handedly carry her team, but now it's a dangerous situation for Jejun Lee. Now up in the air once again. The ultimate from the wall-up will connect, and J.K. finding the first kill, and it's none other than the BM of Jejun Lee.
Gosh, you know, Jejun Lee definitely has to step up his game here.
Lee trying to use that ultimate. Connect. Another stun coming through from Young Shin, just really playing with fire there. Look at how low of an HP he has, and it's still sticking with this one.
Yeah, and you know, Young Shin knows no interference, no tag points for the next 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Are you serious?
It's basically just like
Young Shin! You've got to be kidding me!
This guy is just...
When he's feeling it, he's absolutely feeling it. Young Shin, he's on fire right now. Oh my god, another one?
Pulls him in. Okay.
Hey. Are you serious?
Please.
I can't believe what I just saw.
This guy.
Young Shin tag point to get out of here. No cost. Nothing to do with. Don't even want to call out J.O. Kim on this instance. Want to be careful here. See Young Shin almost connecting on the ultimate, but runs out on the timer.
Alright, this time around, Nyang Nyang definitely having the upper hand against Bang. We'll see. The game is not over until it's over, as we've seen some great comebacks in the previous days. We'll see how this plays out, though.
Looking at it here, J.O. Kim gets up into the air. Let's be a little more careful. So Jisoo Choi finally in the Super Saiyan mode in this game 3, trying to single-handedly carry her team, but now it's a dangerous situation for Jejun Lee. Now up in the air once again. The ultimate from the wall-up will connect, and J.K. finding the first kill, and it's none other than the BM of Jejun Lee.
Gosh, you know, Jejun Lee definitely has to step up his game here.
Lee trying to use that ultimate. Looking at another stunt coming through from Young-Jin, just really playing with fire there. Just look at how low of an HP he has, and it's still sticking with this one.
Yeah, and you know, Young-Jin knows no interference, no tag points for the next 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Are you serious?
It's basically just like
Young-Jin! You've got to be kidding me!
This guy is just...
When he's feeling it, he's absolutely feeling it. Young-Jin, he's on fire right now. Oh my god, another one?
Pulls him in. Okay.
Hey, are you serious?
Please!
I can't believe what I just saw.
This guy.
Young-Jin, he's a god right now. Yeah. Right now, he might be the best assassin we have in Korea. If he plays like this, there's no assassin better than him right now.
The way he maneuvers around, not wastes any time. It's just amazing to see an assassin like this.
The micromanagement is godly. Just literally efficiency to the maximum.
Exactly, the efficiency there. Jisoo Choi just stunned in there.
Careful, you have to be a little bit trying to Jisoo Choi once again in a 1v3 scenario. It feels bad, man.
Definitely feels bad, and you know, like we saw before, up to the mid-late game, Yang definitely had the upper hand. We saw Young-Jin very low, Down Kim also very low, but now look at the team. Yang, two of them are eliminated. Jisoo Choi about to get eliminated here.
She's not eliminated, but she's not.
Now she is, and wow, a 3-0 clean sweep. This was the round where Yang had to come back because they had an advantage, but they could not make that. They could not mold that into a victory.
How did they get an 86% win prediction for the fans?
We should ask the fans.
Woo! They might just slap us in the face, by the way. I mean, big fans of Jisoo Choi, obviously. Yeah. Jisoo Choi, highly popular in the Blame and Soul scene. Very understandable as to why the 86% came through. This was one of those situations where literally the fan prediction was literally just a popularity vote.
Exactly. Just a popular vote, and that, hence I mentioned the 2 digits going on to Bang. That was the actual vote that mattered. And for those people who voted for them, they knew what they were voting for.
I voted for them too. I mean, I actually obviously didn't vote them on paper, but you know, I was saying along with you ending right before this game started that 86% is going to be wrong. Bang Lu looked a lot stronger than Yang in the first round of play, and Yang looked extremely weak.
Yeah.
And here we are looking at this, so confused as to how they made it to Season 1 and Season 2 qualifiers already, and how they're here in the main event. And basically hasn't won a single round, and now they're once again, deja vu, eliminated from Season 2 like they were in Season 1.
Yeah, so basically they're 0-6 in the sense of round 1, or 0-2 for the whole game that they played. So 0-2, 0-6, and they are eliminated. So they don't. So basically their Season 2 record is just no wins at all, period. And if they do decide to stick together and come out next year or something, that record is going to stick with them.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, it just feels like we're trash talking Yang a lot, but it's fact, we're not trash talking them. They're 0-6, and if they stick together and they come back in next season, that's going to be there on the record. And next season, we're going to have to talk about that again, saying, no, they were 0-6 last season. They were 0-6 the season before that. And it may sound like trash talking, but we're just reading the numbers written on the paper.
The fact is, they're bad. Yang is bad.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, it's very unfortunate. This third set was that small hole that they had to kind of fit through, maybe get a single win, but they could not carry that out. And a 3-0 sweep. Bang, congrats, but they now have to go up against IDEPS.
I mean, it's been all about that guy on the far left, Young-Jin Shin. Legendary in the terms of the performance that he showed with the assassin there. Just great stuff. It's something we reminisce of him at 2017. Now he's going to bring it back in 2018. He didn't show this last week, but this week, more of the same that we want from him in the next round. He's going to come back, and the rest of Bang's going to come back after a short break as we decide the last semifinalist for Group B. We're going to come back after a short break. Welcome back, everyone. To Blade in Seoul, Korea. We are back with Bang and IDEP's decider to see who's going to be the second team from Group B to go on to the semifinals. And now, we're just going to be deciding as to who's going to be the favorites to win out. Obviously, Dae Choi, Shin Kim, and Hyun Kim makes this roster look very, very scary. But we look on the other side. Bang is going to be the team that just kind of came out of nowhere and kind of starting to make statements against Nyangyang. Obviously, not hard to do that, but now in this situation, especially Youngjin Shin and the rest of the boys here at Bang, it would be very exciting to see them maybe making up to the semifinals, see what they can do, but they're up against a very strong opponents here with IDES, who we thought would have been one of those teams that would have already made it to the semifinals by now.
Yeah, you know, IDEPS did lose out to Kurita Zeus 3-2. So it was a close game. It went to full sets. But on the other hand, Bang, as you say, they went up against Kurita Zeus as well. And, you know, they weren't white. It was 3-1. Not as good as IDEPS, but they still took away one set from the best team in Group B. So now we have IDEPS versus Bang. And, you know, these two teams, as we say, we know everybody on IDEPS. And we're starting to get to know the players on Bang as well, as they show us what kind of plays they could provide for us. And, you know, I'm very excited for Bang to go up against such a strong team. Even though IDEPS did get it, you know, knocked down to the losers bracket, it's a great opportunity for Bang to test out their limits.
And here they are, Youngjin Shin, the prospect and the prodigy of this player has been unspoken of, and really, this player deserves a lot of praise at the right moments. Obviously, you know, he has some other things of his potential skills that he can work on, but as a pure assassin, just a prodigy that he is, I think he's going to be up to the level of maybe the best assassin in the world. But he does have a lot of areas that he needs to improve on.
Oh yeah, definitely. His plays definitely are, you know, flawless when he's having his day, when it's working out for him, when his teammates are there to support him as well. So, you know, Youngjin Shin, his plays, we saw him. He's proven to us that, you know, he's a formidable assassin. But like Joe mentioned before, he does have his ups and downs. So as long as he gets that straightened out, he may just be the best assassin.
And we're going to get that, of course, with the roster. Very, very expected to be that typical soul fighter, blade dancer, and the warlock from IDES. And Bang's going to get the usual assassin, warlock, and the destroyer, the pre-2017 meta. Back from the old days, a classic meta, if you will, that has worked out for so many of the successful teams out there in the world. And, you know, we're here once again in 2018. None of that gunslinger nonsense. We're back to the classic. And Youngjin Shin, can he impress us once again? But against such a stronger team with IDES, they can just learn to not fret and learn to not get scared of such a strong roster out there. I think he just might be able to just pop off and just really have a good performance once again.
Yeah, I'm very curious as to how this matchup will play out, because IDES being very strong, you know, it's funny to see them down here in this losers bracket, but Bang coming here to go up against IDES, like I said before, and like you said before, if they perform well and they do, you know, they make some scratches onto IDES, or maybe even beat them, if that's possible, that's just going to, well, not only eliminate IDES from this tournament, but just tell us how strong Bang is. And as they go up, we saw Anarchy, who has been unstable for the past 2-3 years, finally make it into the semifinals, very clean wins. And if Bang does that as well, that's going to show that a rookie team that came in out of nowhere is a stronger team than IDEPS.
And we are. Of course, it should be very interesting as to how strong this team actually can be. We're looking at IDEPS on your screen here as we're kind of just awaiting. Seems like the game hasn't been set up quite yet, so just taking a little bit more time to get that done. Once again, another look at Caster John, obviously. Yeah. Very good to see him there. And
we were looking at it too on our screens in front of us, and you know, you guys caught us off guard. But yeah, those fan arts there that we've seen, that's actually not the only fan arts that we've seen here. In front of us, unfortunately, that the cameraman's not catching all of it, but there are a couple more people with their phones and with some of the drawings, and you know, it's great to see fans here for these players, because they definitely need the support.
It really does, and for both teams, actually, I expected to go to the semifinals already, but they're here in this losers bracket, obviously deciding if they're going to be the second team from Group B to advance to the semifinals. It's going to be another question we'll be asking, but they have to beat out this other team called Bang, who's been looking very good with Yongjin Shin on the leaderboard, looking like a strong assassin, and see what we're going to get from him and the rest of the team. Should be an interesting prospect that we're going to find out slowly and slowly as the games go by.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I want to just see as we talk about this Bang, the new team. We already know everything about IDEPS, how strong they are, how their team chemistry is. But Bang, like we keep mentioning, a new team. Something, you know, usually when we get a new team and they do lose out somewhat and we say, all right, they were a new team, we'll cut them some slack, but they did end up losing and, you know, being knocked out. But this time around, Bang, they're making a statement slowly but surely. And this is the last match for them to make a statement. That is it going to be in bold letters, or is it going to, you know, the delete key will be pressed and Bang will be eliminated from this tournament? I don't know, but they are definitely a strong team, and each and every one of the members definitely has their own style of play. And as long as they mold together pretty well and, you know, stick together and make it work out, I don't know, they might just not be considered a newbie team anymore.
Very well could be, and it's the point that you make, ending, because we're looking at Bang. Obviously, this new player, Yongjin Shin, should be very interesting to see how well he does. But, you know, with this team right now, he does have Jae-Yu Kim and Daewon Kim. Of course, Daewon Kim kind of known as another prospect that could be very well done in the destroyer role. But otherwise, it's been pretty quiet as to how these other two players have been playing. But when Yongjin Shin pops off, he literally just pops off, and a really good player from him. And how that really transpires into maybe his future potential, maybe in 2019 and onwards, should be very interesting for this young player.
Yeah, you know, as we were talking about during the break, you know, if Yongjin Shin was on this team, if he was on this team, you know, we were thinking as if, you know, how well that would work out for him, as long as, you know, as you were mentioning before, that he kind of needs guidance and, you know, his play style, his skills, his micro is good. As long as he works on his, you know, team play, his macro a little bit, his thoughts and calculations. If someone's there to guide Yongjin Shin, I think he just might just be the best player, period. Because the way he showed us, it's just amazing.
It really is. And I think we're ready to get into the game, guys. I think we're going to see an indication of how good Bang can be against a very strong side of IDEPS. We're going to get into the game very, very soon as we can get there. But it should be a very, very exciting series of matches today.
Yeah, you know, you guys all know by now when the music starts. All right, there we go.
And that's what we're going to get to. Game 1, Team Bang and IDEPS should get a nice idea of how these two teams fare. We're going to get to the first tag match to see who's going to get the early advantage. Let's get into the match. Thank you guys once again for sticking with us as we just move on with the delays, and now we advance into the game. Yongjin Shin out on the field against Shin Kim, of course, former legend in himself, and going to be up against a new legend. Yongjin Shin, see how well he does. Very good start from him so far.
All right, well, going up against Shin Kim is not an easy task for anybody in this tournament at all, and Yongjin Shin staying out here this long was pretty good, but does end up tagging out, and Jae-Kim does get chased.
Jae-Kim gets chased out, does escape for the time being. Against Shin Kim, you have to be a little bit careful. The back roll does happen, so you have to be a little more cautious if you are Shin Kim. No escape from him for the next 18 seconds or so.
Jae-Kim, even though he did get chased, he knew how to handle himself. So now Daewon Choi does come out. Shin Kim goes in. We do have this mirror match here, but Jae-Yu Kim once again in the air.
Daewon Choi getting the better of this Jae-Yu Kim here, and Warlock mirror match going one-sided towards IDEPS so far in this game.
We do have this Warlock mirror, and we know what to expect from a Warlock mirror. Until we get that small opening for either one, we're going to just have the quells. We're just going to be throwing papers. Nothing too much will happen, but
see
the tag out happens, something.
Second tag out, and Daewon Kim comes down to the field, gets caught up once again, and basically 50% HP just out, just like that. And the execute damage is going to destroy the throw. Successful on that one, but can he get to Daewon Choi in time? Another series of damage. Oh, look at that! Oh my goodness, Yongjin Shin! This guy is almost cheating. How does he put out that much damage in that short of a time?
You know, I'm speechless. You know.
Everybody uses that same assassin. You don't have better items. You don't have better anything. It's the same stats. This guy's just really good on the DPS combo to make sure he maximizes the damage in that period of time.
Yeah, he definitely has different styles, different combos, depending on the situations. And as long as he remembers what to use at the correct time, you see the damage coming out.
We see the back roll getting away from that line draw from Jae Kim. Good for him to get that done. It's going to tag out once again. The last tag out for Hyung Shin. Oh man, going up against is very much an assassin main of Hyung Kim. So Hyung definitely knows how to play against an assassin, but for the meantime, it's been pressured to tag out.
Yeah, Hyung Kim definitely hasn't been showing too much to us on this Blade Dancer. And, you know, we do cut him some slack because he is an assassin main, but still, now it's about time that Hyung Kim picks up his own weight.
Hyung Shin still moving in here. Hyung Kim definitely knows a thing or two about assassins as well, so he wants to defend out as best as he could. And see, basically the time gate's gone for both players here. Hyung Shin gets up in the air. This is a dangerous situation. He wants to stay put. Now Kim comes in for that very nice defensive interference. A little bit late, but still minimizes damage.
Out. We'll see if he could make a difference going up against Dae Choi knockdown.
Doesn't have to Lotus Escape. Dan Choi, remember, one of the best assassins we have in the world. And look at that! Just oh my God, Hyung Shin!
Not gonna give a chance to tag out for Dae Choi. He gets eliminated.
Today is his day. Hyung Shin is on fire.
Maybe Hyung Shin just didn't like Dae Choi's voice for the Hoba, because if you notice, Dae Choi came out with a different voice line for Hobas, and it was kind of bothering me. And Dae Choi does get eliminated here by Hyung Shin.
You know what it is? Hyung Shin. Oh my God! Before we even get to that one, a single. Hyung Shin. That wasn't the execute damage, guys. That was made 30% of the damage was execute damage.
Yeah.
Rest of it was Hyung Shin literally perfect comboing that DPS maximized.
Yeah, exactly. And that was just an interfere too. And now finally he's out here going up against him. The ult does get proc.
He's tearing apart
the
entire team of this thing. Oh my goodness.
Clean win. Like,
where did these guys come from?
Jeez. To think that they lost to Kuda the Zeus 3-1, where IDEFs lost to them 3-2, it's just wow. How it can't get any more cleaner than this.
And it was basically Hyung Shin's solo effort. It was a one-man show.
And it just seems as if, you know, since Dae Choi is on screen right now, it feels like, oh, I could play that. I could play assassin well too.
Not as well as that.
No. I'm just saying. It felt as if Dae Choi was thinking that right now on screen because, you know, we have two assassin players going on a different class because of the composition. But wow, Hyung Shin just.
And you know what the best part of all of this is? Hyung Shin schooled two assassin mains.
Yeah.
And one player, Shin Kim, who knows how to play assassin extremely well.
Yeah.
He schooled them.
Yeah.
All three of them.
He took them to school. That's what he did. Jeez.
Oh my word.
You know, I'm just speechless. You know, the interferes and the replays speak for themselves. It was a very clean game. It wasn't like a twist where, you know, IDEFs had the upper hand and Bang just made
look at that! Yeah. That was all from the assassin. They execute damage maybe 30% at maximum.
Yeah. And this perfect timing. Look at this teamwork.
Yeah, just shackles up in the air. No way to move for Shin Kim. And the ultimate proc. Yeah, he's here to see Hyung Shin. Yeah. I'm here to see Hyung Shin as well.
He's here to see Bang. So, Hyung Shin fans, we have Bang fans.
This is a good world right now. This is a good time that we're living in. Blade and Soul might just see a generational change.
Yeah.
Shin and Kim, Dae and Choi, get out of here. We have new rookies that are super talented coming up in line to form a new generation of Blade and Soul Korea. And these guys might just really just threat the worldwide performance. If they do get to the World Championship somehow, man. Oh, man.
That's going to be amazing.
The rest of the world is going to be in for a surprise.
I remember because last year, Shin Young Kim couldn't make it to the Worlds when he was on coup d'etat. And if he gets denied the Worlds again because of a rookie team, because of a new team, that's going to have a big dent in his...
Just bring out Young Shin. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Dae Young Choi, the previously, hands down, the best assassin. We've always called him the best assassin in Korea, maybe in the world. Now, this is a true test. Young Shin, if he can beat Dae Young Choi in this game, not only do they get a 2-0 revenge, but way bigger than that, he earns that title for himself.
He definitely
might just get one step closer into becoming Korea's best assassin.
He definitely does. And you know what I noticed? Young Jin did get a haircut. He had that big bush of hair on his head, but now it's light. He can think clearly.
You can actually see.
Yeah.
What if he sees some honor? That's actually a great thing for Young Shin. Finally, a visible Young Shin on the assassin. See what he's going to do against the world's best assassin of Dae Young Choi. Are we going to see a surprising upset? We're going to find out this game too. Okay, I have to mention this. One of the person in chat was saying, the best assassin?
What about Junior Park?
Junior Park? Guys, Junior Park is long gone.
Yeah.
He's washed up.
Well, I don't want to say washed up. That's too much. He's handed the torch to Dae Young Choi.
Yeah,
so
and at the same time, he's washed up. He's not very good anymore. He used to be.
Yeah, but you know he did stop playing for a while.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like he didn't become bad while he was constantly practicing and playing. He did take a long break and handed the torch off to Dae Young Choi. So I can't, Jin Park definitely has a mark on political history.
He's had a rich history and basically has set a mark for how exciting an assassin can be. But right now, the best assassin we have right now is Dae Young Choi.
Yeah.
If Young Shin can beat him out, that's a new storyline in the making.
Definitely. Young Shin, Dae Young Choi, the assassins trading off their not interference, what am I saying? Trading off their escapes here.
Look at this. Lotus escape. Can he use it in time? Back roll.
So he knows that it's there. Young Shin out of both. Lotus coming back in 5 seconds.
Shifting around left and right.
Fine
For that angle. Nice stun once again.
CC landing.
Very nice.
Lotus.
And leaves that Lotus escape out and gonna have his own Lotus
stealth. Be
to
careful
work with
for
it.
the stealth.
Shin. Oh my goodness. The bombard into the poison breath. Very, very good. Does have that stealth. Dae Young Choi can't get out. Last one gone. This is his last chance.
There we go. That trade happened, and Young Shin has that brand. He does have his stealth coming back in 2 seconds. He could just make an offensive move. Just go all at it.
This is it. Young Shin. Body swap. It's going to get body swapped by Dae Young Choi. Doesn't get connected too.
We go finally, and it's over.
And that's going to be it. And Young Shin wins against Dae Young Choi. You, boy, are a history in the making.
Jeez.
Young Shin.
And you see how happy he is. Not just
Electric is one of the most significant transformations of personal transportation. However, the real challenge has always been making them popular for consumers. So, what has been stopping people from buying electric? Electric vehicles have design trade-offs. Charging requires long wait. There's always anxiety about range. There are not enough public charging stations.
At Kimco, we dedicate ourselves to creating the most thoughtful riding experience for every...
Because he won this round. He beat Dae Young Choi, and he knows.
It's going to be it, and Young Shin wins against Dae Young Choi. You, boy, are a history in the making.
Jeez.
Young Shin.
And you see how happy he is. Not just because he won this round. He beat Dae Young Choi, and he knows that Dae Young Choi is a very good assassin. And as we said, possibly was the best assassin.
And now it's not. You lost fair and square to Young Shin. Dae Young Choi, I just can't call you the best assassin anymore. Off of one game, it's a little bit harsh, maybe, but there was a clear line of gap. in terms of the skill level difference that Young Shim put out, shifting left and right to confuse his enemy at all times, keeping the escape advantages at all times as well.
Yeah.
Clear winner. Clear winner.
Wow. I haven't been so excited seeing a Sin mirror ever.
Yeah, until today.
Yeah, ever. Usually for me, it's a KFM mirror or something like that. Or, when, a great KFM comes out and owns everything. That's my excitement. But, wow, it's been a while. Youngjin, wow, he is something.
Gonna get to game 3. What are we gonna get? Another single, maybe?
Okay, that's a big single right there. The tag is right after it, though.
Oh!
The nail doing its job.
Get the excitement back on. Oh!
All right, let's just say it's singles. Come on, guys.
Say it's singles. In the end, it's singles. Yeah, that's all.
Oh, he heard. You see him? The ref told Youngjin it's singles, and he clapped his hand. He's like, yes.
Doesn't matter. He's not going to be playing anyway, so
yeah.
He just played in set 2, so we're going to have either Jae Kim or Down Kim come out onto the field and really just see how this all will come through. IDEPS can be clean swept. Wow. We're in this situation now where IDEPS might get 3-0.
Yeah.
By a rookie team.
That is something that I can't even dream of. Like, usually, I don't dream of 3-0s in Blade and Soul tournaments, but I'm just saying that IDEPS, a team with Shingyang Kim, Hyungyu Kim, and Daeyoung Choi, getting 3-0'd by a rookie team is just unthinkable. All right, Daehoon, the other super rookie on this team.
Fitting to come out for this one, Hyungyu Kim, second assassin in line. Wow. I mean, I think the frustration right now is that the way that Daeyoung Choi and also Hyungyu Kim died out in that tag match, being the assassin mains they are, to an assassin rookie, they just want to kind of exert their frustrations out.
It seems like that is the case, but if Hyungyu Kim loses, it's over for IDEPS.
It is.
Everything is on the line right now, and if he loses, is it not only over for IDEPS, he lost to a rookie destroyer with an assassin. That's not supposed to happen.
I don't know what to say, but we might just be in the last potential game of the series here, IDEPS versus Bang. If they do not win here, IDEPS, they will be eliminated from the tournament. Let's see if Bang can get the upset of the lifetime. Let's get the match underway.
Wow, this scoreboard is just, wow.
It's unbelievable. Bang literally means bread, but it also means 0. and that's what their team was supposed to be, because they're rookie team. Maybe they don't get any wins or anything like that, but look at that.
Persistence used, though, early on.
And you can't bring out the Ice Mine this time around. And Down Kim trying to go forward. None of that Fury nonsense, just trying to be safe. Take it one step at a time for Down Kim.
Oh, there we go. Down Kim making his offensive move here. Body swap, though.
Nice stun coming through. Doesn't really do anything more else. And another stun that comes through. No gust.
He's saving it.
Yeah, very nicely done by Down Kim.
The knockdown here. Shadow Flash also.
It's the back roll down. Otherwise, it's going to be a safe entrance trade for Down Kim.
Down Kim trying to play very cautiously, slowly. He wants that opening. Doesn't want to hastily just rush in there against an assassin.
Okay, we're looking at it now. Down Kim still getting pressure from behind and now getting the pressure on. Might just have to use a gust now. Finally does use it.
Good call here, but he does get that grab. Alright. Unfortunately for Down Kim, Hyungyu has all of his escape. Finally uses stealth. So, it's not too much of an advantageous position that Down Kim's in, but we'll see how this plays out. They have one escape each.
Gets the Ice Mine down, but does not connect.
Persistence
stun that comes through, but you do say persistence to get out of that stun in time. Otherwise, we're still playing Down Kim.
Chase.
Very nice. Backdoor chase does happen. We're going to see explosive escape being used. 8 more seconds on that escape, meaning that one more crucial stun coming in from Daehoon should get the job done, but now it's going to run out of time. Going to have that stealth back on track.
Oh, lands that stun. Probably going to force out that stealth right away, or not.
Doesn't.
All right, good call by Hyung-Kyu Kim to save that.
Very good discipline by him, and let's see what that all will lead to. Hyung-Kyu Kim, he definitely doesn't want to lose out this one. Down Kim with the destroyer usually does not do well against an assassin, but he's trying
the
to step out.
smash!
Okay, this is it.
Stealth.
Fine stealth that comes through. One more stun from Dahun. Might just get the job done. Might get us a clean sweep out of this one.
You definitely have to play it
knockdown.
calm here back row. No chase coming in from Dahun.
Okay, get onto the wall. Trying to get to the wall bang
knockdown.
in time.
Ooh, nice dodge with that back step.
Okay.
He's going in!
That's it. I think this might be a 12 seconds left to go, but he does survive in time, and it does get out.
Since he wants to finish this, 10 seconds left. Whether it goes to TKO or elimination, Down Kim wants to put as much damage as he can. Here we go, he's going in.
Yeah, both players did a lot of healing, so it's a little bit harder to predict who the winner's going to be. But nothing goes to TKO. Oh, that was very close. And if Down Kim loses in this instance, that will be tough.
But that was a very well played game for both sides.
Oh my God!
Hyung-Kyu Kim gets the win. This is an assassin. No, super close. He's not happy. He's not happy. But he still gets the win. They still stay in the game. But for Hyung-Kyu Kim to be satisfied with a win like this is definitely just bringing himself down.
That's unfortunate. Yeah. Literally, all he needed was 0.1 more second, just a millisecond. Yeah. That one little damage that could have been knocked away, that would have decided the KO and didn't even have to go to TKO, which basically would have given a clean win towards Bang.
Yeah, but you know, the fact that Hyung-Kyu Kim was able to stay calm and stay alive rather than try to do as much damage as he can to contest Down Kim, it was good on Hyung-Kyu Kim as well. It's very unfortunate for Down Kim. Well played for Down Kim as well, going up against an assassin, doing that much damage, almost eliminating him. But also, I gotta give it to Hyung-Kyu Kim though.
Survived to the end.
Yeah.
Literally is all he had to do. Eventually the damage output will be towards his favor. You see Hyung Kim barely winning out, literally barely. And what does that really translate into when we get to game number 4? When we get to another tag, and we're going to see from this one, because last time around it was a clean victory for Bang.
We'll see if Idas will be able to come back from this, because now Hyung Kim getting this win allows Idas to have that one more chance, and that will be tagged like you said, Joel. And let's hope that they don't play like they did in set 1.
Game 4 will be underway very soon, guys, and we will see what we can make out of Bang versus Idas. Who is the better team? You just don't know yet.
Yeah.
Thought that Bang would have been very much outmatched by all the super talented roster that we see in front of us and with Idas, but really games 1 and 2 didn't tell that full story, and now we're in this situation where Bang could really upset Idas and really eliminate them out of the tournament.
It's going to be an exciting game for us, but it's going to be, I don't know how exciting Bang or Idas is, especially Idas, because if they lose this, like you said, over and over again, Hyung-Kyu Kim, this will be 2 consecutive years where he did not make it into Worlds. And Hyung-Kyu Kim is actually a back-to-back Worlds Champions winner. And for a player to not go to Worlds 2 years in a row, that's kind of weird.
Oh, look at this.
Hyung-Kyu Kim.
On the Warlock.
He's for real.
Oh,
look at Daeyoung Choi.
Oh my
on
God.
The Assassin.
Oh my
Hyung-Kyu
God.
Kim on the Destroyer. They're going to mirror them.
Oh my goodness.
They're just going all in. This is basically all in. They're calling Bang and saying, all right, we've been on the down low. We've been on the downside. You guys are currently winning. This is our last chip that we're going to play, last card that we have.
Go big or go home,
yep,
right?
Exactly.
Idas, Hyung-Kyu Kim on the Warlock. A lot of people forget that he used to be a Warlock man.
Yeah. A lot of people forget that he was the one that got the Warlock first. That's what we're going to get.
Yeah. We're going to get the Warlock back for Hyung-Kyu Kim, as this could potentially be the last game of the tournament for Idas. If they do not win this one, can they stick on and hold on to this advantage? We're going to find out in this game 4. Feels like we're back to 2017 again.
Yeah.
Daeyoung Choi on the Assassin, Hyung-Kyu Kim on the Warlock. Obviously, Hyung-Kyu Kim on the Destroyer doesn't fit that phrase, but from the Shin, Daeyoung Choi, mirror match once again. We saw what happened last time.
Oh, Okay, we got the reactionary.
The execute damage is real, and Dan Choi does get damaged out a bit. Hyung Kim has to be a little more careful.
It's very unfortunate because when you compare the two destroyers, Hyung Kim definitely is lower compared to Down Kim. We'll see if that difference will make a big difference for this round.
Distortion helping us very nicely here. Dan Choi still gets constantly bombarded.
Shin Hyung Kim does come in for that interfere, but Daeung still takes that damage.
Okay, I think Shin Hyung Kim came in, but no time distortion, maybe?
Yeah. And why did Hyung Kim come in just now? It's very questionable, but Shin Hyung Kim does get tagged in, gets chased in there.
Shin comes out. To sank them up. Is he not going to use a time distortion? But he doesn't need to. Okay, the execute damage. Oh, look at that. Typhoon going forward to that wall bang. It's going to be it's going to be a fury build altogether. And okay, I'm getting the maximizing damage off of that one. And look at this.
They're not giving any room for items to breathe here.
Was Spong always this good? I don't remember them being this good last week.
Yeah, last week, I don't know. Maybe they've just got a lot of practice and they know, they kind of needed to get used to this environment, but we'll have to see. Oh, gosh.
Okay, so, look at this. Jay Kim still putting the pressure on. Kim just trying to stall the time for his opponents to waste all the skills and for his teammates to find the right ground to come back into this one. You can see the tag out.
Yep,
against the Destroyer, he should be having happy time for all of this, but Kim going to get up in the area. Downfall, obviously the poison breath that will come in. They want to move forward and damage here.
Defensive reaction, defensive interfere coming in from the side of Bang here.
Yeah, but Dan Choi comes back out to the field and is in a bit of a trench when it comes to not many options. Trying to get back on this one. Shin Kim finally comes in on that Warlock on the interfere to give the cooldowns right back towards Dan Choi's favor.
Here we go. We do have this mirror match once again. Daeung Choi lost it out. We'll see if Youngjin Shin will be able to be beaten by the previous quote-unquote best assassin. Daeung Choi making his move first. Here we go.
See the damage coming through, and another stun will do a lot of damage. Shin does get knocked away by the landmine, and it's going to force out the tab escape.
Youngjin does put down the Lotus.
Towards Dan Choi, see what he can get done. Moving decoy is going to be set up. The Ice Mine. We don't want to set up the stun, and Shin has to get out. Why don't you use that last tag point to do so?
But that defensive interfere coming in from down definitely bought him some time.
Jae Kim comes back out with full health. Gets that leech on and gets the stun up.
Alright, we do have this Warlock Mirror, and whenever there's a Warlock Mirror, we say it's dull, it's slow. But whenever it's Shin and Kim on the Warlock, it's usually not so dull and it's not so slow paced. As we see Shin and Kim making his move once again right in front of Jae Kim's face.
The Thrall is coming in, still trying to do some numbers. Jae Kim still trying to throw out any type of potential threat against Shin Kim, but really all it is going to be time distortion on both ends. More to that.
He does land down. Okay. Down Kim gets chased.
Kim gets chased very nicely there. Choi continues on with the damage. With the assassin. Once again, there's stun coming through. And the Hoba that can continue is going to be stopped immediately. For the meantime, Yeon Shin coming for that defensive interfere once again. Just be a little bit careful himself.
Alright. Interfere comes in once again back to back. Bang having trouble with Shin and Kim. He does tag out. Daeung Choi comes in. No tags, and Daeung Choi has to stay out for the next minute and 30. Same goes for Youngjin Shin.
Yeah, Youngjin Shin, no tag point, but he comes out in this very awkward situation where he basically has no health to work with, and Ida's now on the upper end in terms of the health advantage they do have over their opponents, and this will continue.
Here we go. This is a rematch, basically. Youngjin Shin very low health, though. We'll see if he can make anything out of this against Daeung Choi.
Shen just trying to stall time, which he's doing a good job with, but Dan Choi is not going to give him forever to just stick around. Shen trying to just move in, trying to make the damage where it can happen, but he has to be careful at the same time. That is very slim HP bar. Could be down to nothing very, very shortly.
Nobody's going to make a move. There we go. As I say that, Dan Choi makes his move. Youngjin uses stealth right away. Time distortion, okay. It's back.
Give it right back. Youngjin trying to go for the counter pick when he can. The chains will come up. It's not going to lead him up in the air. So Kim trying to get the maximized efforts there with that interfere, but it's not going to allow the CC to come through.
That interfere actually from Shin Kim forced out Youngjin Shin's stealth.
This
might just be it for Youngjin.
Yeah, stun that will come through. Youngjin Shin is out, and Down Kim's come back onto the field. And 4 minutes left to go in this game. One man knocked away from Bang. It's not the best sign in the world.
Definitely not. 5 seconds until the force tag happens for Dan Choi. Dahun, will he go for that chase? I don't know. He might just stay on top of that Ember Song. There we go. All right, so now we do have this Destroyer mirror, and Hyungyu Kim not as experienced on the Destroyer compared to his Assassin or compared to Down Kim's Destroyer. We'll see how well he'll play this mirror match here.
We're still moving through here. Just a lot of spinning around, a lot of chip damage, but the Destroyer ultimate comes out from Hyungyu Kim. It's not going to connect too much damage. In the meantime, Down Kim does get damaged out a little bit by Choi on that interfere, but otherwise still moving strong here. No interferes left for either of these teams, but it's going to get some back with that 3-minute mark, giving one to everyone in this field.
Here we go. They are going to try to make this happen. Shin Kim comes in for that interfere. Tries to knock him out, and he does get knocked out.
That's going to be the last one. We just don't know the winner, don't we?
Yeah.
And it feels like, it could have been a clean sweep one way or the other. Upon losing that game number 3, and now about to lose game number 4, means that game 5 should be a very big question up in the air. That's what we're going to be stuck with in terms of who makes it to the semifinals in the end.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Bang definitely performed well. I didn't expect them to perform this well, especially against IDEF, but they are doing it, and even though they did get the 2 losses at Jae Kim, it seems as if it's basically over for him.
Jae Kim, he has the stun. Basically, all he can do, basically. Can use a tab escape, but just use it as soon as he did. Well, it's going to be an absolute victory for IDEPS, and we are going to game 5 all in all, and we thought that this might be a short series, but IDEPS would not be brought down that easily. Now we're in this situation where game 5, it could be Youngjin Shin once again as the hero. He's definitely smiling. He's definitely ready for this, and see if he can live up to the hype. Wonder if he can do it.
Yep, this last set 5 singles match will decide everything. Will the rookie team make it into the semifinals? Will, the veteran team of IDEPS get eliminated, or will they make it up into the semifinals?
Something I personally want to see is Youngjin Shin obviously coming out for this last single.
Yeah.
But for IDEPS, maybe Shin Kim coming out with the Assassin at the end. I mean, he's played it before.
Yeah.
And he's been pretty good at it, so he just wants to teach the kid a lesson.
I don't know about Shin Kim's Assassin though. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad, but Hyungyu Kim had trouble. Daeyoung Choi had trouble. I don't know.
Guess you could just use a class that you're most comfortable with, and Shin Kim on the Soul Fighter will be that. So you do have one more game for your lifeline on this tournament of Season 2 in Playing South Korea. It all will be decided in one game, guys, but shortly after this replay, obviously, we'll see who's going to be the one to make it out. I think a very, very exciting series altogether.
Electric is one of the most significant transformations.
Definitely, and this time around, it was definitely different. I think it's bad, but Hyungyu Kim had trouble. Daeyoung Choi had trouble. I don't know.
Guess you could just use a class that you're most comfortable with, and Shin Kim on the Soul Fighter will be that. So you do have one more game for your lifeline on this tournament of Season 2 in Playing South Korea. It all will be decided in one game, guys, but shortly after watching this replay, obviously. Let's see who's going to be the one to make it out. I think a very, very exciting series altogether.
Definitely, and this time around it was definitely different from set 1 where, Bang had the advantage and they just stomped over IDEFs, but this time around IDEFs didn't really stomp over them, but they slowly but surely showed us that they had the advantage throughout the whole game, and they had Bang on the leash this time around, and they did cleanly win this set 4 tag match. But as we said before, set 5 singles will decide everything. Who will come out for this last set? Shin Kim on the Soul Fighter.
Yep. If it's that one puzzle piece, the second puzzle piece should be Young Jin on the assassin.
Okay.
Very much will get that. It just makes a lot of sense that we're going to have these two players find it out. Decider. Literally the decider for that second place spot of Group B, which will advance you to the semifinals. Very, very interesting moment here. Really, you could go down in history. You beat Shin Kim in this instance.
And this allow him to go to Worlds. This is the game for Shin Kim to have a chance to go to Worlds. But if he loses, he's just eliminated.
I think we're ready. I think we're ready to get into this, guys. Blade and Soul Tournament Korea Season 2. Group B, the last semifinal split, will be decided by this one single, Shin Kim versus Young Shin. Let's get the match underway. Here we are. Shin Kim on the Soul Fighter. So famous for. Young Shin on the Assassin.
Shin Kim is just going to want to take constantly Young Shin out of stealth.
Just poking damage all the way through. That's what Shin Kim's really relying on here. Okay, stun.
Making his approach here.
Another stun that comes through.
Oh, highway accord.
Just knocking my way.
Knocked out. There we go. Shadow Slash.
Just force down a.
It's the air though. Windstorm combo. This is going to hurt slowly.
Does have the Lotus Escape. It can use it, but the back roll chase does happen. I think it's
All
still
right.
nice stun coming through. And might just have to
there.
use
He's going to buy his time before Shin Kim uses his escape.
Have escape has to come through sooner or later. Poison breath will come through. Another stun.
He's afraid. He's afraid of that escape knocking him back.
Okay, one more.
Oh, he's saving it.
How long is he going to save it?
Oh, the back roll chase by the ice mine.
Oh, man. Young Shin, are you serious? Just waiting. It's
there
done.
we go.
Finally comes
that
in.
was expected. That was expected.
Okay, Shin Kim. No stealth. Basically, no escape for you. What are you going to do? Young Shin. One more stun. One more stun, and you'll get to the semifinal. That will get you to the semifinal. One more, and that's gonna get him to the semifinal. Bang is going to the semifinals, and the rest of Shin Kim is gonna be eliminated from the tournament. That is the superhero of Young Shin. Has been clutch all day long, and he's gonna single-handedly bring his team to the semifinals.
Wow, this is what a carry is. You see the disappointment in IDEFs, and I do feel bad for them because this is a veteran team. This is a team that is very solid all around in singles and tag. But wow, Youngjin, he's just allowing us to know what a carry should be. Because we were talking about how Suan Kim on GFAM is the carry, and also Sang-won Lee from Nyang Nyang is the carry. But really, this is what a carry is. This is how you carry a team.
And that back roll chase at the end with the ice mine was beautiful.
Yeah, there was.
He's showing right there. This is very close to it. Carry. Just getting that. Look at it!
Oh, God.
Just right on the tip. Incredible. Shin Kim definitely did not expect that one in. Oh, man. That is the play that will get you to the semifinal. Very well deserved for Bang, and now they're looking to the semifinals. Not only are they satisfied by that, but these guys are going to be looking to the finals and maybe to become the Season 2 champion. I think the possibilities are there.
Yeah, now I can't say anything. Just we've been calling Bang, the rookie team. They have super rookies and they have to just work on their teamwork, blah blah blah. But now it's just I don't even know anymore if they're considered a rookie team or not. know, they've just been performing so well. They beat IDEX.
Oh my word.
Jeez. Like, I've seen it all now.
I've seen it all. But there's more to see, maybe.
Maybe.
Once we get to the semifinals, they'll be up against, I think, Anarchy.
Yeah.
Because they come as the second place of Group B, and they're going to be up against the first place. Yeah,
there
of
we
Group
go.
A. Anarchy versus Bang. It's going to be the matchup for tomorrow. You get to see it right away to see if Bang can beat Anarchy and get to the finals.
That's tomorrow, guys.
That's going to be crazy.